Welcome to Kitzbuehel. From Millau in the south of France, we've headed north and into Austria for our third IFSC Bouldering World Cup of 2013. Situated in between the Hanakam and the Kitzbuehel Mountains, this idyllic town at 2,500 feet is home to some of the most beautiful panoramics in the world. The snow-capped peaks play host to the annual World Cup ski races. In fact, Kitzbuehel and the surrounding area is one of Austria's largest skiing regions around the town in the Alps, which is home to just 8,000 people. Now, we've already had two astounding World Cups so far this year, one in Chongqing and one in Millau. And already the Austrians are starting to push their way to the top of the pile. Anna Storr, 2 golds so far already this season, and Kilian Fischuber with 1 for the men's as well. Now, their ancestors, the Austrian ancestors, first came here in around 1100 BC, and that was to mine copper from the local mountains. Now our athletes gather from all around the world to see which of them are able to mine not copper, but gold, silver and bronze from the hands of the IFSC. It's finals time here in Kitzbuehel, the third IFSC Bouldering World Cup of 2013. Percy Bishton and his team have been busy at work in the break, resetting all of these 4 routes behind me. 8 in total, 4 for the men, 4 for the women, and we have our 12 athletes now through. A bit of a shocker through the semi-finals though. We saw some very high-ranked athletes not making it through. We lost Kilian Fischuber yesterday. Today we lost Rustam Gelmanov, we lost Sean McCall, and several others. Tito Calerion not making it through as well. Scraping through at the last minute though, we had Cedric Lechat making it through, and also Guillaume Cléron-Mondet. A shocker that we saw Sean dropping out at the very last moment. Dmitry Sharafutinov, the only male athlete to have topped all 4 of the problems earlier in flashes, proving that he's back on form at the start of this competition. In the women's then, another turnaround. Alex Puccio just slipping through in 6th place there. Unfortunately, no show for Mina Leslie Bojastic, not her final, not just yet. But we did see the shocker turnaround as well of Shauna Coxey finishing at the top of the pile there on her attempts ahead of Anna Storr. And remember, there was that little competition between them in Millau just recently for the gold medal. Could this be the time that we see Shauna take her gold medal on the IFSC circuit? It's going to be a good one. Let's get things started with the final here on the IFSC's brand new website. Well, here we are then, guys. We are back, and it's the moment we've all been waiting for. The finals at Kitzbuehel 2013. Nice to see some of you already checking in on the Twitter feed, coming back to join us. Hashtag IFSCWC to come and get involved in the chat as we move through the finals. Any opinions you might have, send them in to us. We're a few moments away from starting with our first few athletes. They're going to be coming out from the side in a moment's time and out onto these new walls that Percy Bishton and his team have been working at for the past 4 hours to get ready and get sorted for this final. 8 problems then for 12 athletes in total. 4 for the men, 4 for the women in terms of problems, and there are 6 men and 6 women. Let's have a look at those 6 men and those 6 women with the start lists. So, men's first then. Jörne Kruder, Guillaume Cléron-Mondet, Cedric Lechat, Jakob Schubert, Thomas Tauporn and Dmitry Sharafutinov. A bit of a mixed start here onto the start of the final. Jörne Kruder, first final in a while for him. Guillaume Cléron-Mondet, we're used to seeing him in finals, and he made it in again here. Cedric Lechat, great to see him in a final here as well. Jakob Schubert, we're used to that happening. Thomas Tauporn, we haven't seen him in a final for a while. Remember, he took the silver in Log Dragomer in 2012. And bronze in Log Dragomer, and then Dmitry Sharafutinov as well, our world champion, who had a bit of a rough start throughout the qualifications, but proved that he's still the champion as he went through the semi-finals earlier today. The only man to have topped all of the problems with flashes. And let's have a look at the women's then. Alex Puccio, Mina Markovic, Katarina Sawine, Akio Noguchi, Anna Storr and Shauna Coxey in this group. So Akio Noguchi and Anna Storr, we know they're going to be here. It's fantastic to see them here again. We have Shauna Coxey here as well. We're kind of getting used to seeing Shauna in finals now as well. And after the battle in Millau, we'll see what happens between those three athletes as they move out onto the field. Great to see Mina Markovic back on top form as well, after struggling at the previous 2 World Cups for bouldering. Here she is in our final. Alex Puccio, the lowest to qualify, had a couple of tricky problems during the semi-finals with the two of the blocks that were here, but absolutely made mincemeat out of the other 2. And then Katharina Sauwein, used to competing on Austrian turf, Austrian athlete here in front of a home crowd, as is Anna Storr, and the crowd are starting to gather. Those are our 6 female athletes here for our finals. Kitzbuehel 2013. I'm Daniel Finn. Anytime you want to come and join me into the chat room, you can get on there with hashtag IFSCWC, join us in the Twitter chat room, and also remember, guys, to get yourself onto Facebook for us. I know a lot of you are old hats now at this one. You've been here a long time, and you know it, and you've liked it already. But if you haven't, and if you are new, get yourself onto facebook.com/sportclimbing2020 and help us live a little bit longer in the dream of pushing for the Olympic 2020s. And also, while you're there, there is the donation campaign that's happening at the moment. Join us on Facebook, contribute to the donation campaign, and earn your chance to win one of the 54 prizes up for grabs. There's some of them on the side there, on the right-hand side. So get onto Facebook for that one as well, facebook.com/sportclimbing2020. Come and join us on there as well. A few moments then before we get ourselves underway with the introduction of the athletes, at which point I will hand you over onto the local MC as he introduces the athletes, and then we'll have a look as they have their observation time in front of the wall in the finals. If you're new to finals, if you're new to the sport, the way that this will work is that each of the athletes has a go at each of the problems set for them here, obviously. They get 4+ minutes to do it, so 4 minutes, but if they're off the ground at the end of that 4 minutes, they're allowed to carry on going until they fall off again, possibly giving them enough time, buying them a little bit of extra push to try and get towards that top after the timer has stopped. And the winner will be announced as the person who has managed the most amount of tops. The most amount of tops, who can get to the top on all of these problems, and that's in the least amount of attempts. So every attempt counts on this one. The finals, it's all to play for these medals. And in a few moments' time, we'll be introducing the athletes. Welcome back to IFSC's live, brand new website from Kitzbuehel in Austria. Any predictions you might have, do send them in to us. Got a couple coming in already. Luke Hobbs saying, sat on the sofa with a cider watching IFSC bouldering finals. When Shauna qualified first, it doesn't get better. And that's Harrogate Hustler piping up there as well. Nice to see you guys back with us. And how are you guys liking the YouTube stream as well? You're able to switch your type of stream on there, your quality of stream. If you have a struggling bandwidth that freaks out every now and then, you can switch to a lower quality stream as well. We have 4 different qualities that we're streaming on in YouTube, and we also have the backup stream as well, just in case anything might go wrong. We want to make sure that all of you guys get to see the fantastic final that lies ahead of us on the horizon here as the sun sets over Kitzbuehel. So get those predictions pouring in, guys. Well, ladies and gents, I think this is about the time I'm going to hand you over to our local MC for an introduction of the athletes. Here they come, our finalists in Kitzbuehel 2013.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the top athletes, starting with the ladies.
At world ranking number 4. Number 3 in the World Cup, ladies and gentlemen, we present Alex Puccio.
Meine Herren, die Nummer 13 der Weltrangliste, 10. in Chongqing, currently ranked 13th in the world. Aus Slowenien, representing Slovenia,
Jarnej Kruda. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case for loving you. No pills gonna kill my head. I got a bad. And world ranking number 6. And the World Cup number 15. The name Mina Markovic, Slovenia.
Die Nummer 5 der Weltrangliste. Zweiter in der aktuellen Weltcup-Wertung, Sechster in Chongqing, Zweiter in Rio. Currently ranked 5th in the world, second in the World Cup ranking, 5e mondial, 2e dans la Coupe du Monde, 6e et 2e cette saison en Frankreich, representing France, Guillaume
And the world ranking number 9. And the World Cup number 7. Ladies and gentlemen, from Austria, Katharina Sauerlein.
Wir halten die Nummer 21 auf der Welt, 8. in Rio, currently ranked 21st in the world. 8th in Rio, aus der Schweiz, representing Switzerland, Cedric Lascha.
The next lady, world ranking number 2, the World Cup number 3, from Japan, Akio Noguchi.
Er ist momentan die Nummer 6 der Welt. Dritter der aktuellen Weltcup-Wertung, Zweiter in Chongqing, Gesamtweltcup-Sieger 2011. Currently ranked 6th in the world. 3rd in the World Cup ranking, 2nd in China this season. Overall World Champion 2011. Aus Österreich, representing Austria, Jakob Schubert.
Who's the next lady? World ranking number 1. Welcome, number 1. Also in beiden Klassifikationen auf 1. Begrüßen Sie mit mir. You're welcome from Austria, Anna Steyer. I like the way you move.
16. der aktuellen Weltrangliste, Zweiter im heutigen Semifinale. Currently ranked 16th in the world. 2nd in the today's semi-final. Aus Deutschland, representing Germany, Thomas Talporn.
And the last lady from Great Britain, the world ranking number 3, the World Cup number 2, ladies and gentlemen, representing Shona Kochi.
Die aktuelle Nummer 2 der Welt, der Führende im Boulder Weltcup. Sieger in Chongqing, 5. in Rio, der regierende Weltmeister. Currently ranked 2nd in the world, on top of the Bouldering World Cup table. Winner in Chongqing, the reigning world champion. Aus Russland, representing Russia, Dmitry Sharafutinov.
Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our 12 athletes. Shauna Coxey, Anna Stroh, Akio Noguchi, Katharina Sarwin, Mina Markovic, and Alex Puccio in the women's. Yone Kruder, Guillaume Guérin-Mondé, Cedric Lechat, Jakob Schubert, Thomas Tarporn, and Dimitri Sharafutnov, our world champion, joining us now, about to attempt the problems that loom over their heads right now. Not entirely sure what's happening. It sounds like an anthem is being played. Everyone's standing very respectfully. This is the anthem for awesomeness. It starts every World Cup. And there you can see some of the crowd that are joining us here. Let's play Pick Out the Athletes. There's Sabine and Barbara Bakker, and the bottom left-hand side of the screen there. Let's see who else we can find. It's like Where's Wally, but more sophisticated. Momoka Oda was down there as well. Here we are with the observation time now as the athletes start to gather around these problems. You can see Percy Bishton there with the girls explaining exactly what that black tape's all about and what's going to be happening. I believe the black tape is only there during the observation period, and that it will be brought down once they all understand that that hold is not going to be used there. I think Percy said something about taking the hold off while the women climb it, as it is next to men's 3 and women's 1. So that's women's 1 you can see on the right side of the tape, and men's 3 is on the left-hand side. Here are the male athletes now then as well, having a little look here at the start of this problem. Next to that one, starting with the right hand on the arete. Obviously, I've had a chat to Percy already. Been chatting with some of the route setters as they were setting over the previous 4 hours. We'll take you through the problems as we move through the finals. Mina Markovic and Alex Puccio having a chat there, talking about how they're going to attack this particular problem. It's always interesting to guess who's going to be joining up with who to have a chat through some things. Jakob Schubert's twinned up with Thomas Tarporn. Here they are. Yone Kruder as well there. Currently having a look at men's problem 1 here, which goes up into a sloper section towards the top. You can see those 2 blue volumes a little bit higher up. And it's how they're going to traverse on this one that's going to cause tricky, it's going to be a little bit tricky for them. They're aware of how much time they've got, you see, to have a little look at all of these problems. So onto the second problem for both of them then, men's problem 2. Now they're allowed to put their hands on the wall as long as they don't bring their feet off the wall. They're allowed to test the starting positions, the starting holds. So here they are having a bit of a touch and feel to have a little look at what they're going to do here. Percy with them as well. You can see him there with the IFSC official jacket on. Anna Stroh there as well. Saw her with Kilian Fischuber earlier today. Seemed relatively pleased. A usual occurrence for her to make it through to her finals. Is this going to be her 3rd gold medal on the trot? Or one of the other female athletes managed to pip her to the post this time. Women's problem 2 is another very interesting one as well. Let's see whether they notice where the tape is. It looks like they have there. The black tape, if you are new to the sport, shows you where you can and cannot climb. If there's a bit of black tape there, you obviously can't go past that point. For example, at the higher point on there, on the women's problem 2, you can see on the edge, it's black taped all the way up about halfway of the overhang. That means that during that section of the wall, they're not allowed to use the arete. But once they're a little bit higher than that, the tape runs out and they can start to use the arete again there. So the tape is a restricting factor. Ashley Scott in the Twitter feed saying an interesting point here, not much height difference, so at least that won't be a deciding factor. It's a keen observation there. The female athletes are all roughly the same size. Not too much of a height difference in the men's either, other than Guillaume. Possibly Jakob, actually. Jakob's one of the taller ones in this group.
ganz großen Favoriten. Es darf ruhig ein bisschen das rot-weiß-rote Kletterherz mitschlagen und mitglühen.
Ja, für die sind wir Patrioten, die Tiroler Finger, das ist ganz klar.
Schauen wir mal, ob Anna Stör hier der Hattrick gelingt. In China hat sie gewonnen, in Frankreich hat sie gewonnen und es wäre allzu schön, das allerdings aus patriotischer Sicht.
On to the next one then, men's problem 3 and women's problem 3. The women have to run right the way to the other end again now.
Große Finale.
Here they go to have a look at this one, this next one over here. It's a pull-on start, this one. See Alex testing the starting holds here. She's got to get a hand to start. Anna Stor. There's Katharina Savine as well. Used to being on a podium in Kitzbuehel. Will she get used to being on a podium in Kitzbuehel again here? You can see the male athletes here as well from an above shot, just briefly. That was Jörne Kruder with Thomas Tauporn having a look at the start for men's 3. See one of the lean out holds there in this corner. Not black tape, there's Dimitri. Having a look at his one as well. This is the one that has the Jiu-Jitsu holds a little bit higher up as well. Holds that were designed by one of our route setters here, Laurent Laporte. Which is nice to see. They're the ones that look like a big egg kind of satellite dish thing. It's the best way I can describe them. Grey shaped, and we'll have a look at them a little bit later on when the men get up to that point. Jakob definitely pairing up with Thomas to talk through the strategies here. It seems to be that Shauna and Anna and Alex have gathered as well to talk through the women's on this one. Always interesting to see who pods off with who. Cedric Lechat seems almost on his own on this one. See, here he is. Just miming through, doing a bit of climb mime. 28 years old, Cedric Lechat.
Vielleicht der ganz große Favorit bei den Herren, der Weltmeister, der Russe, aber ein Kruder, ein Ceremonies.
As you can see, the crowd is starting to fill up here. We're due to get started at 8 o'clock. That's the scheduled time for us to start here with the finals. This is the observation period, so they're allowed to go and have a little look. Jakob Schubert having a bit of a tester as well. That was a little bit risky then of him. He popped above the floor a little bit. The way it's really assessed here is that they're just not allowed to try and attempt from that point. So they can start off touching the starting hold, sometimes even get a foot on a foothold to see how that's going to work. But any sort of attempt to move past this point, there you can see Jakob here. Any point past that, he's going to get stopped there. This is a really interesting one. Men's problem 4. This is a double dyno into a Gaston. It's going to be really interesting. You see Thomas Tauporn miming it there perfectly for us. Climb mime isn't an international language. You can always understand what's being said. Terrible planning on my mate's part tonight as a girly night out. Hope it's a great final. We're losing Sheila McCarran, one of our avid followers, for a girly night. Tut tut, indeed. That's in the Twitter. Anyone that does want to come and comment on the Twitter, although they do risk that they run the risk of being banned if anything's being said too bad. You can get on to us by using the hashtag IFSCWC. And remember, Sheila, as well, you can watch us on your phone. We're available on YouTube in 4 different qualities. And both our streams are up as well. They're available on your phones. Richard McNicholas, gutted to be missing IFSC WC final live. I have Ironman 3 tickets booked in advance. Who is here? Let's hear from people that are excited about the final and who aren't going to be missing it. I'm certainly starting to get excited. Here's Akio Noguchi now, having a bit of a conversation with Anna Stor. Now, the best way to avoid not being here at the times that we're here is getting yourself onto the IFSC website, having a look at the calendar, and planning your entire life about being available on these dates. I don't see why that's an unreasonable request. We're here. So Percy then shooing the athletes back into the isolation. So let's have a little look then at a walk along this wall, looking at the problems. Well, we're going to have a brief, quick look at the walls then. We're going to walk along here. This is the F3. We're going to start at this end here to take you through them. Women's problem 3 then. So it's a jump on at the start point here. It's a pull on to start. You're going to move over onto this one and up onto this, which is not a very good edge actually, this edge up here. And you're going to try and match on this one as you start to then swing out onto the left-hand side. You're going to put a left hand onto the bonus hold, and this swing on here, you'll only get over here safely enough if you put a foot on this one to control your swing. You're going to need to stop yourself there, otherwise you're going to come down. Then you're going to undercut on the bonus, move up onto the next one, and then once you've got your feet up on top of this one, this bad little fall-off hold here, you're going to get up to the top on that one. So that's women's problem 3 to start with. Next to that, just to confuse things for you, this is men's problem 1. So let's have a look at this one. You start with a right hand on the arete. You can see the box just there. This is getting checked by one of the route setters. You're going to move down and start, move up, and you're going to get 2 hands up on this one. But to do this, you're going to need to get a toe hook underneath this undercling section here. You're going to be using it with your foot to try and keep yourself on the wall, because these holds aren't too great here. A foot on the left, then on this triangle pyramid, and then you're going to try and push yourself up to this sloper. The top on this one is not very good at all, so it's a bit of a slow maneuver, trying to get your feet up a little bit higher to give you a bit more traction as you're going up to the top there. Anything quick, and you're going to be coming down again. So that's men's 1, women's 3 done so far. We're going to go over here. This is women's 1, where the women will be starting. This, our famous black tape, is a no-go area. So next to it, we're going to start here like this, 2 hands and 2 feet on this starting hold. We're going to then start moving over with a right hand up, a left hand over the top to grab this undercling here. So you're coming in this way, as opposed to this way, before you can start moving across onto the green pyramid shapes on the side there. Obviously it's all black tape to the edge as well, so there'll be no bridging on this section here. Then up to the bonus hold. You're going to have to then start to pull up onto the green and up to the top, which is another accurate finish, like we've seen Percy put quite a lot of them down, Percy Bishton, our chief fruit setter. You can't go quick to that one. You're going to need to try and accurately get your fingers in the middle to get in there. M3 then starts on the other side of the dreaded black tape. We're going to have 1 right hand on there, a left hand leaning out this way, and there is a tiny foothold just down here if you want to have a look at that one. Then you're going to start trying to push up for this hold on here. Now you can bridge here, so you can use your legs as you're moving across a little bit all the way up this section, but you're going to end up basically like this, leaning up on that way to try and get your hand on that one before coming out onto these 2, which are the jiu-jitsu holds, the volumes up on here. You're going to come up with your 2 hands on here, and then there's an important point of moving up to the top section. If you can just see the white bit of chalk on the upper edge of the lower jiu-jitsu here, it's important which hand you go with onto that one before you then get a foot onto the blue hold, the blue volume shaped thing that's down here. You come down a little bit more, Cole, on that one there, the blue hold. Foot on there, up onto the orange on the side, and out to the top. And the top is the same we saw in one of the women's problems during the semi-finals. A quick jump over the river then. And we're on to women's problem 4 now, just to really confuse you. Women's problem 4 is here, 2 hands on this undercut here to start, and a foot up on here. Then you're going to start moving this way. This is where it gets weird. There's a big crack down here, and it kind of feels like you want to get a hand in there for a hand jump, but it's not. It's fairly all right to get a pinch with this and on this side here, before you then rock over after you've put a heel hook on this. So you're going to get a right heel hook on this one, and then you're going to reach all the way over the top to try and get up onto this section here. So you're going to be grabbing this one as well, moving up on the left with this one, before going up into this undercling. Then the important point, the crux around on this wall, is going to be getting a heel up into the donut that you can see up there, before moving up into the bonus, which isn't too large as a hold, and then up with the left hand, using the right occasionally on the big splat you can see on the right hand side to support yourself, before topping out on the 2 horses' heads at the very top there. On again then, men's problem 4. Starting off out this way, 2 feet, 2 hands. It's a double dyno into a double Gaston. So you're going to go from here to here. Once you've done that, you're going to start then moving over onto this bonus hold that you can see here, the green one, with a hand. You're going to get a right heel hook on that green hold as well, before you then move up again to go to this mouth, the blue mouth you can see there, and that's not a very good hold at all for men's problem 4. Then up with the left onto the red volume, you can see, obviously there's a lot of footwork going to be going on around here and a lot of handwork around the middle section where the Gaston was, before you then start a little pop again up to the top, which is a fairly decent hold there as that one. So let's move on to female problem 2. This one, 2 hands on this starting hold, foot on the bottom there to start you off. Now, you can't use the bridge here because the black tape's there, but you can use the bridge here, and some of them, if they're sassy, will spot that. You can get a foot on this edge because it isn't taped this side, it's taped this side. So that could help them. From there, they're going to get 2 hands up underneath this green hold here, this volume, and then start on this, which is awful. It's just, if you get a little bit closer on this one, Cole, for us, the slope hold on this one is terrible. So to get it, you're going to need to get a double toe hook around the back of this volume to try and lever yourself on the wall a little bit, give you a bit of extra support before you go up again with the left to the bonus hold, which is there, and then up with the right, and then you get up onto this big plate. It's a little bit higher. Now, when you reach this point, if you just go over to the left-hand side of the wall there, Cole, for us, you can see there is no black tape above that point, higher up on there at the very top point of the wall, which means they can use the arete on the outside edge of that one there to give them a bit of extra support before they then jump up to the final hold up there, which again is not a very good hold. So that's women's problem 2, that one. And to finish things off, men's problem 2 with these arrows going down. It's an in-joke with the root setters that anyone that tries this is going to fall off. Especially some of the other athletes like the Russians who don't like slabs that much. We'll see how they get on with this one. Good luck to them all. But we're going to start with these bonus holds on here. Any way you can start on this, the starting holds rather, sorry. Any way you can, but it's left up first to this lime hold here, then right up for the pinch on the darker green hold. Edges are barred, so you're not using any of the reds, no nothing, and then up to that bonus hold, which looks bigger than it actually is. There's like a lower edge to it. Where the crimp is itself, it's roughly the size of a coin. It's pretty tiny. Before then moving your right hand up for the next hold next to it, getting your foot then back on this green pinch plate to give you a bit of extra support before then going up for the top as well. But remember as well at the end of this, this is all a slab. This is all leaning back at an angle here, so unless you're good at slabs, you might have a few tricky problems with it. Those are our routes. As quick as I can possibly do them for you. We'll go and talk you through them in a few moments. I'll see you in a few. Well, we're going to have a brief, quick look at the walls then. We're going to walk along here. Have a little look at some of the problems that we're going to look at here in the final. Well, there we are, guys, a brief look at some of the problems we'll be looking at here. Hopefully it's got you guys as pumped as I am to see how our athletes tackle some of these boulders. I'm really looking forward to seeing the double dyno into a double Gaston. It's just a really interesting problem all the way from the bottom to the top. Any thoughts and opinions you might have, send them on into us. As you can see, the crowd is starting to fill up at the present moment in time. I'll show you that in a few moments. As we wait at this open gate to unleash the athletes. See our first 2 athletes coming out, which will be Alex Puccio first up for the women's, and for the men's we'll be looking at Yone Kruder. Well, as we've already talked through a couple of times, I know you're all up to date on what's going on, but let's just have another brief look, if you are a late joiner, at the start lists as they are at the moment then. Here's the men's finals, just above a packed crowd there. So as I said, starting with Yone Kruder first, then on to Guillaume, on to Cedric, to Jakob, to Thomas, to Dimitri. Those are our 6 athletes making it through into the finals here. You really are dealing with some of the best climbers in the world. Heiko Wilhelm joins us, the Austrian coach. Let the party start. Women's finals then. Here we are with the women's lineup. Alex Puccio started us off. Then on to Mina Markovic. Great to see her back in the finals again. Katharina Saubein, Akio Noguchi, Anna Storr, and Shauna Coxey. What are your thoughts on this lineup then? Who do you think we're going to see medaling? Get it into us, and we'll have a chat about who's going to be taking home the medals at the end of this one. There's Momoko Oda, Adesaki Hagawara, and Yuka Kobayashi. Standing and having a look, getting excited.
5 minutes to go. Les protagonistes sont prêts. 5 minutes jusqu'au départ.
That's one of our judges. Getting primed. Oliver Barnes saying, looking forward to watching my first Bouldering World Cup. Fantastic. Great to see you joining us here. Nice to see the audience expanding. Oliver, have you got yourself over onto Facebook yet? Facebook.com/sportclimbing2020. Give us a like on there. It'll do us the world of good when it comes to pushing for the Olympics and their decision for 2020. We want to take climbing there. Hopefully we give you a good show. Ryan Hessel saying sweaty palm time. Come on, Shauna Coxey. Ashley Scott, there are no slabs for the girls. Alex will be over the moon. Hilarious.
Kitzbuehel in dieser Weltcup, in dieser Boulder Weltcup-Saison hier in Kitzbuehel. Zum dritten Mal im Finale bei den Damen Puccio, Noguchi, Stör und Coxey. Und dreimal haben dieses Kunststück bei den Herren Guillaume der Remonté und Dmitry Sharafutdinov.
Vyashev Vadenchuk back with this as well here, saying Dmitry Sharafutdinov, good luck. Nice to see some support for the Russian athlete that we have in the final here. Not that Dmitry's ever really a man that needs good luck too much. Personal willpower and strength seems to top all. The man that he's self-quoted as saying, I am universal. It's the Arnold Schwarzenegger of climbing. So not long now then, guys. The crowd are just filling up. We're making sure we've got everybody in. We're all ready to go. A prediction comes in from the ether webs from Tana Huss. Alex Puccio is looking very strong. She will take gold. This is my prediction. Let's see whether Tana Huss has been given the gift of foresight. We'll wait and see whether that's going to come true or not. Any other predictions, guys? You know where to find us. Hashtag IFSCWC on Twitter. Jennifer Wood saying, I won the lead ladder final, but happier to be home in time to watch the Boulder finals. Well, congratulations, Jen. Nice to have you with us. DJ starting to pick up the tunes here then now. Kitzbuehel, our location, beautiful valley sitting in between two mountains and then a mountain range at the end of it, the Kaiser Neue Kleider, which is the Emperor's New Clothes, these huge pinnacles of rock sticking up at the end over this magnificent valley. And we were promised rain today. An African storm was supposed to be coming up and threatening us. Not that it would be a problem here inside this fantastic sport hall we're in with this magnificent roof. It's all very dramatic here in Kitzbuehel. I hope you're getting that feeling coming across the waves. And the other thing that's interesting is that the storm hasn't materialized. Instead of that, we've got nice blue skies, a couple of clouds overhead. But it looks like the weather's held off in time to allow our audience to come and join us here. Hopefully it's nice where you guys are as well. You can hear the beating of a drum as we welcome our first two athletes out onto the field. Mrs. Alex Puccio and Mr. Jone Kruder for Slovenia. I paused then because I said Mrs. She's a miss. Unless Chris is planning something. So Puccio starts us off. Kruder next to her. So this is women's problem one then that Alex is starting on here with this pull onto this section first. And she's going to go up with the right here on this one. It's intended to go up with the left and hook over the other way around according to Percy. But she doesn't seem to be wasting any time at all here getting up to the bonus. Now if she's clever here, she'll pull her foot up to the top of the volume just below it, or she can just do it her own way entirely Is she going to get the accurate finish here? We're going to see a flash from the Pooch. Unbelievable. What a start, less than a minute. Alex Puccio, a flash. Ladies and gents, this is how we kick off a final here in Kitzbuehel. And it's already back over to Jörne Kruder, our only athlete left on the wall here. Jörne makes another attempt now. Starting on the arete then for him, and they're going to start traversing over to the left. He's going to be using a toe hook, as you can see, to move across there. Not too much of a problem. Handholds aren't great, but Jörne is quite good at slopers. He doesn't mind them at all, so if he can get up onto that blue hold above him, he should be okay. I've seen Jörne campus all the way up a wall before, all the way up a problem. Let's hope that he can do it. Jörne Kruder from Slovenia, the 22-year-old athlete. World ranked 13th at present. Just missed out on the finals at Chongqing recently. Came through in 10th place at the end of that competition. Well, here he is in the final. The first bouldering final for him since Vienna in 2011. So 2 years since we last saw this man in a final. What a way to kick off the start of the competition. Puccio, flash, straight away. And shouts out as well from Vyacheslav on the tweet feed. Russia, Davai, Dmitry, the best of the best. Jörne wants some support. Let's hope we can get some in the chat room as well for Slovenia. Jörne Kruder, 22-year-old athlete, makes a move out again to go for this one. A bit of a tricky problem for him here, but 1 minute 23 left on the clock at present. Enough time for a good last attempt at this one. Shout out to Chris Webb-Parsons, missing you sitting beside me here, buddy. Watching from an oil rig in the middle of the ocean with a load of workers. Come on, Alex. Nice to have you with us, Chris. Jörne Kruder then, another attempt here. He's got to keep those toe hooks in, not let go of them too soon. They're the thing that's keeping him on the wall at the moment. See the toe hooks as he's moving around. If he can get to that sloper, I think that we should see Jörne come into his element. If he can get up to that next blue hold, you can see it. Eyes on it now, eyes on the prize, Jörne. Just not enough to secure it. 30 seconds left on the clock here now. He's got to be quick. Some predictions coming in on the Twitter feed. IFSC World Cup. Here's my prediction, guys, from James Paul Robinson. Number 1, Coxey. Number 2, Stor. Number 3, Puccio. Probably wrong, but come on, Shauna, anyway. Nice. That kind of apathy can only be coming from a Brit. Here we go again with Jörne Kruder. 2 seconds left on the clock, but remember, it's a 4 minute plus. He's allowed to stay on the wall. The timer has gone. Can he make it? Unfortunately not. Jörne Kruder, no top then for him, and a flash for Alex Puccio. Starting our World Cup final here in Kitzbuehel. The crowd are loving it.
Alex Puccio aus den Vereinigten Staaten und knapp nicht geschafft. Jörne Kruder aus Slowenien. Wer sind die Nächsten, die?
Ein Franzose. Il a mesure de jouer le podium.
And our next two athletes come out to join us now. Then it's Mina Markovic for Slovenia. She's had a bit of a bad start to the season so far, but we're seeing her now in a final again. Definitely one of the world's best climbers, particularly when it comes to lead, Mina. Here's Guillaume Claremonde, Gigi, for France. Seen him at the final in Chongqing, and we saw him at the final in Millau as well. Very well at Millau indeed. He came in silver place. Second place, won the silver there in front of a home crowd. Mina, oh, and it looked like she was going well then until that tiny slip off at the very top. Penultimate hold there for her. No flash for Mina then. Guillaume also coming off here, but the men's problem one does look extremely tricky. Some support coming in general for Slovenia now as well, from Planiska Zebza C, and also from climbing in Slovenia for the Slovenian athletes.
unterwegs, unser Franzose. Guillaume will remonter.
Gigi's still down on the ground, so is Mina Markovic. Mina, the Titan in lead climbing, comes through qualifying in 5th here after 3 tops in 6, 3 bonuses in 4 in the qualifications. That put her just ahead of Alex Puccio, 25-year-old athlete Mina Markovic. Recent lead results, 2 golds at the end of last year in Inzai and in Kran. 2 silvers before that in Mokpo and Zinning. Another 2 silvers at Atlanta and Imch last year. And another first at Chamonix. This is all lead climbing though, guys, remember. She did win a bouldering competition last year as well. She won Log Dragomir on home turf. And she also came 2nd in Vienna in the bouldering in 2012. She's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Guillaume. There's a little brief replay of her trying to get up to that lime green pyramid there and just slipping off. Here she goes with another attempt here now then. Very close now, Mina Markovic. Got to be accurate on this last move. There's no chance of slapping onto it, but here it is. Mina Markovic keeping herself in the game and in the running. Pleased with that one, a smile on her face as she moves back into ISO for a brief rest while the other athletes come out. There's that platter of drinks and fruit there out for the athletes as well. Keep themselves fueled in between. Thanks for the shout out from James Paul Robinson as well, saying thanks for doing an amazing job. Thank you for being with us, James. And everyone else, keep the psych up. Keep it up, guys. Definitely, as we start now to watch Guillaume Cléramondet. Another attempt for him. We saw him have a couple of problems during the semi-finals, but he managed to make it into the finals. 3 tops for him during the semis. Crowd really starting to get behind Guillaume now, wanting him to get up to the top on this one. Looks like men's problem 1's going to be a tricky one. Who will be the man to come out and prove the route setters wrong on this one? World rank number 4, Guillaume Cléramondet, currently on the World Cup rankings for this year. He's 2nd. As after the silver medal in Myon and making it into the final in Chongqing. He ended up 6th at Chongqing. Not happy though there at all as the timer runs out and it ends his attempt on men's problem 1. So currently the standings are Alex Puccio 1 top in 1 attempt, Mina Markovic 1 top in 3 attempts, putting her in 2nd. Yone Kruda no top, and Guillaume Cléramondet no top either. The crowd start to pick up now though as Katharina Salvine comes out. Cedric Lechat made an attempt there, came down pretty quick, unfortunately for him. But here is Katharina Salvine. So women's problem 1 then, what we're looking at is this this undercling volume a little bit higher there. We saw Alex do it a relatively different way to what I was expecting on the beta. This is the way that we thought athletes would start doing it. You can see Katharina's doing it now. It does actually look like it seems to be harder to do it that way, but that's the way that Percy assures me it's intended. From standing in front of the wall, it feels like you want to go up with the right, but Percy assures me it's up with the left and then striking a hand out onto the green lime top pyramid there to secure yourself before then turning it into an undercling and matching it on that volume, the orange one you can see up there, and then pushing up towards the bonus hold as well on that one. No room for lean out either on women's problem 1. Men's problem 1 then, starting off with a hand on the arete, the 2 feet on the black pyramid there, and a hand on this sort of segment of a ball that's hanging off the wall, this volume. Then you got to get up onto, with the right hand up to the pyramid that's above the other black pyramid, the smaller one, and then the left hand as well up onto the bonus hold. And then you got to move across to the left-hand side using toe hooks. But it is, of course, impossible to comment as Katharina Salvine makes it up into the bonus hold and the crowd go crazy. So both athletes back on the ground now, waiting to see what's going to happen here. 2 minutes under left on the clock.
Und erst dann, wenn alle Athletinnen und Athleten den ersten Boulder hochgeklettert haben, dann geht es weiter zu Boulder Nummer 2. Nächster Versuch für den Schweizer.
Jean Diagold in the chat on Twitter saying finals. As a French person living in the UK, got to support Guillaume and Shauna. Mina Markovic is so skilled though, a little bit in love. Nice, a declaration. There's Katharina doing it the way it was intended to be done. She's matching there then on the volume a little bit higher. Got to get her foot up now. Here it comes, and then she's going to move up into this bonus. Now she's been here before. Is she going to try a different method around this one? This is where it really gets tricky on the higher segments of the wall. There's barely anything to cling on to on that bonus hold there. She makes it. She's got to get her foot up to the top now. Feet shuffling up to the top of that volume. Going for the bonus like we saw Alex Puccio do it. One more hand. Katarina Sarwein with a top then. A few attempts there, but she makes it regardless. Fantastic for Austria. The crowd are going crazy here. There's our next two athletes waiting to come out. Well, with 20 seconds left on the clock, although we do have the 4+ minute timer. Ah, Cedric, he's giving up with 10 seconds left on the clock. Let's hope that's because he's saving himself. Here's a replay then of how we saw Katarina Sarwein just get to the top of problem 1 for the women's. A shout out to climbingstrong.com, joining us in the Twitter feed and watching us live at ifsc-climbing.org. Next to athletes then, Akio Noguchi, and next to her is Jakob Schubert, the man that already at a tender young age of 22 years old has already got a bit of a legend for himself. Already has a legend around himself, born in Innsbruck, lives in Innsbruck, world ranked number 6, Jakob Schubert. Currently on the World Cup rankings, he's 3rd this year, took silver at Chongqing. And in a flash for Akio Noguchi, putting the pressure back on the Puccio. Akio Noguchi for Japan. No waiting around there for her at all. Another one of the extremely well-known climbers. If you are new to the sport, Noguchi is a definite force to be reckoned with. 23-year-old athlete from Ibaragi. She was 3rd at Miol just recently. She was 4th at Chongqing. She's made every final so far this year. She's currently world ranked 2nd. We're here with Jakob now. Results as they're standing at present though for the girls, Noguchi and Puccio tied in 1st place at present with 1 flash. Although saying that, if we go to count back and take that into account, Noguchi is actually 1st at the moment. Puccio goes down to 2nd, as she qualified lower for the finals than Noguchi. Mina Markovic then in 3rd place with a top in 3 attempts, and Katja Sarwein in 4th with a top in 3 attempts again. So we're using count back at the moment, chaps. Couldn't use it in the semis as there were 2 different groups. And the way, if you are new to the sport, that count back works is that if there is a tie, we go on the results from the previous round. That's count back. And in this case, we're starting in reverse order. So we start with the lowest to qualify and move up to the top of the qualifying list. The last athlete out here in the finals will be the one that qualified from the semi-finals first. Here's a replay of those final few moments with Akio Noguchi now. Just so calm and controlled. She knows that she's got it. She's there. Hardly any effort on her face at all, though. I'm sure she definitely had to make some to get there. Jakob then again here. Got to the same point Jone Kruder did. Cedric Lechat not so lucky to get that far. But we saw Jakob controlling the bonus then and moving up towards the blue sloper just above. We'll stay with him as the chalk drifts and dances on the air to the music of the DJ. Eric Metz saying can't wait to see Anna Stor flash some problems today. Absolutely, we've got her coming in a few moments' time. Ola Love watching the finals whilst climbing. Isn't that a bit dangerous? Unless you've got it on a head strap with the iPhone in front of you. In fact, even that's dangerous. Don't do it. Climb later. Jakob down on the ground, less than 40 seconds on the clock. We're down to 35. Jakob taking a moment to sit and think, how on earth am I going to get up onto that blue sloper? Any predictions, guys? Any questions? Send them all in and over to us. DJ really keeping the atmosphere nice here. There's an above shot, Jakob. Here we go again, as the timer finishes. That's it. If he comes off now, he won't be allowed another attempt. Can Jakob progress past this point? Ooh, that was a little bit on edge there, and it's costed him. I wave to the crowd, but no such luck for Jakob Schubert. He unfortunately leaves without a top there. Our next two athletes about to join us. Here's our crane cam just briefly for you. And it is Anna Stor, the moment that a lot of you have been waiting for. Can this girl be stopped? I say girl, lady, woman. Can she be stopped? She's the queen of bouldering. 2 gold medals already this year. We've only had 2 World Cups, and Anna's taken gold at both of them. Almost unstoppable in the field of bouldering. And we are joined as well by Thomas Tauporn, the 22-year-old athlete from Shenzhen. World ranked 16th, this chap. Anna Stor, no problem at all. Completely calm and collected, making it look easy. To the sounds of AC/DC. Anna Stor, dynamite. Awesome top, awesome flash as well. And that now puts her up into first place, remember guys, as we're going to count back. We have had 3 flashes so far, 1 more female athlete to come out, and I know a lot of you are waiting in support for her as well. That's Shauna Coxey in a few moments' time. Currently though, the 3 minutes and the stage turn to Thomas Tauporn. And the field is his. Looking good here, a toe hook here. Interesting tactic. It's definitely that push-up with the left that's costing the guys from there. Well, here you can see Anna. She knows it even as she gets it here. 1 hand on. Even more relaxed than Kiyo Noguchi made it seem. Yeah, there's a top. Thomas Tauporn then. Brent Bain saying playing catch up and trying to get to the live bit. Technology is awesome. Great job, IFSC. Thank you, Brent. And a shout out from London from Jordan Ford. Fingers crossed this time is the time Shauna can take gold for GB. Thomas then, again in this position. He's got some strapping going on there. Could be a bit of a twinge on his arm. Doesn't seem too fussed about it at the moment, seems more concerned with the problem. He's got 1 minute 30 roughly left on the clock. Oh, here is our crowd. There's Tom, the Aussie, next to James Casey. They're missing you, Chris. Kevin Butters and climbing in Slovenia. We're talking about grades again. I did a big spiel during the semi-finals on the grades. It seems that we've kind of come to a collective decision with the judges, with the athletes, and with the representatives from the different countries, that the grading isn't really working as a system of structure, as these athletes haven't seen these problems before, and they only get 5 minutes to attempt them. So it's kind of difficult to give you that, when I know a lot of guys are watching going, oh, if it's only 7C+, I do that at the gym all the time. It's a bit of a tricky one. So we're not going to be giving you gradings on this one. Rough ballpark, they're definitely all roughly or not harder, around or harder than a 7A. So it's 7A and upwards, but that can be anywhere upwards to A, 8A, 8B maybe even. It depends how nasty the route setters are feeling. We're working on an easy, medium, hard system, and I will tell you the two that Percy seems to think that are going to cause the most problems for the athletes, but we're going to limit it back a little bit on the gradings. It's always a speculative opinion anyway.
Letzter Versuch für Tauport. Applaus für den jungen Deutschen.
So unfortunately there, no top for Thomas Tauporn. Matthew Berry, I love that I can watch, or we can watch, maybe there's a group, and it's from Scotland. We can watch the World Cup live these days, it's incredible. Thank you very much, Matt Berry. Hopefully everyone else is doing well up in Scotland.
Das ist der Weltmeister, the reigning world champion.
So, our eyes now fall upon Dmitry Sharafutinov, our world champion, and Shauna Coxey, the lady who is very fast at making a name for herself in this sport. Last year was her first full year of committing to the IFSC Bouldering World Cups, and she ended up at the end of that third on the overall rankings at the World Cup after missing the last two World Cups due to a broken leg. She still came third overall. That's the kind of start that Shauna Coxey had, and we're waiting to see whether Shawnee can claw up towards a gold. Fingers crossed for you, Shauna. No flash here though for Shauna, which means that she's got some making up to do later on in the competition, considering we've had three already, Puccio, Noguchi and Storr. Dmitry Sharafutinov then, our world champion. Here he is on attempts on men's problem 1. Speculations on this, do we think Dimitri's going to be the man to do it? He's come off once already. Is anyone going to be able to defeat the block M1? Here he is, making one of those attempts for you, while we just wait for our climbers to get back on the wall. Unfortunately not. Never rule out Dmitry though, world champion, king of the comebacks. Joe Harding, do lots of climbers use that blue tape Thomas Tauporn has on his arm? I've never seen it before. Short answer, yes. Christopher Parsons, thank you very much as well for the shout out on that one. Shauna, another attempt. See the concentration on her face. Second attempt, that's definitely going to shoot her up into 4th place. Very nicely done. So the standings for the girls after the first round then. Anna Storr in first with one flash. Akio Noguchi in second with a flash. Alex Puccio in third with a flash. Shauna Coxey in 4th with a top in 2 attempts. Mina Markovic in 5th with a top in 3 attempts. And Katarina Salvine in 6th with a top in 3 attempts as well. Remember the countback is all to play for on this one then. The men's, it's an entirely mixed field. Currently we're working on countback alone. Although 4, in fact no, actually 4 men do have the bonus so far. Dmitry Sharafutinov has the bonus. He's one of them. Can he get a top though? Here's Shauna making that move that we saw her struggle with on the first attempt. Look at the power here, second hand coming up. She's essentially campusing on this little point. A question from Stephen Reed. Men should use the arete. Tut tut, no chance. There's black tape all the way up the edge of this men's problem here, and black tape means it's a no-go area. If it isn't taped, you can use it. When it is, you have to be restricted to it. That's what the black tape is. It restricts the boulders. So Dmitry and all the men know that they can't use the arete on this one. They start on the arete on the right, but then it quickly all gets taped off. Percy Bishton channeling them into a funnel. You will do this problem as I see fit, he says. Or not. Roughly 15 seconds left now for Dmitry. See the tension, the concentration on his face here, trying to get up to that sloper. He's got to move quick, 5 seconds left on the clock. Here we go, the last attempt for Dmitry Sharafutinov. The DJ picks up the tunes. Let's get some support for our world champion from Russia as he makes the final attempt now that the clocks have gone. Come on, Dmitry. securing this point here. Is there any chance of getting a foot up onto the top of this spliced out golf ball, maybe? They're definitely using the left foot across to the pyramid. And that's it. All over for men's problem 1. Unfortunately, no tops. The guys to get the bonus, though, Dimitri Sharafutdinov at the top of the leaderboard. Thomas Tauporn in second, getting the bonus. Jakob Schubert getting the bonus, putting him third. And Jörne Kruder in fourth after getting the bonus. No bonus for Guillaume or Cedric. Cedric in fifth, Guillaume in sixth. That's after our first problem. Let's take you over onto the second problem then. Women's problem 2, an interesting one, this one. Hopefully you were around for the walk along the wall at the start of this one. Alex Puccio then makes a start on this one. She has a flash, but she's battling against the standings for the semi-finals here on this one. And here's Jörne Kruder on this chevron-based problem on the slab, the only slab we have here. No slabs for the women's, that's going to keep Puccio happy. Jörne then all the way up, very nearly getting that bonus hold there. Hopefully you saw the walk along earlier. What I was saying about that bonus hold on the men's problem 2, you can see it's marked with the white tape there on the bonus hold. It is actually smaller than it looks. It's mounted, so the actual hold itself is coming off from a base here, and the actual hold itself is only roughly the size of, in England, what we'd say a 50p piece, a relatively large coin. So not too big at all for a crimp there. Alex then, on this problem here, she's using the toe hook, which is what she needs to get up to the next problem. Toe hook on the volume just underneath, because that one there, the one that she's got a right hand on, has no edge to it at all. Alex Puccio up to the side of that one. And as Percy was saying to me earlier, if the female climbers are sassy, they'll note that the black tape runs out on the left side there. There's a possibility to use the arete if you need it. Not so for Alex. Making it look like a walk in the park. There's Mina Leslie Wojastik next to Ned the Baker, Dave Barons for GBR, sitting in the crowd, supporting. Alex looks relatively happy. Back over to Jörne Kruder then. Struggling on this one, the one that pulls you down. So this is what we're looking at for men's problem 2. Now, interestingly enough, when I asked Percy which was going to be the one that really stumped the men, he said this one, not men's problem 1. So after seeing no tops on men's problem 1, I'm not even going to estimate what happens to the men on men's problem 2. Do they explode? I don't know. Apparently this one's definitely harder than the first one. A tough slab problem. So you've got to go up with the lime green with the left hand once you've got past the chevrons, then take the pinch, the dark green pinch with the right. Here's Alex and how she did her problem though. I'll show you and talk you through Jörne in a moment. Shout outs to b3bouldering.com. Nice to have you with us. Thank you for the support. Jokka B saying watching the finals for the first time this year. Good luck, Mina and Kruder. Well, here is Kruder. There you are, left with the lime green, pinch with the right. Got to sort out his feet here though. They are essentially smearing on this top chevron-shaped triangle once they get up there. Now, they're allowed to use the T-nut holds, the holes that you can see on there, with their feet, not with their hands. The hands is strictly forbidden. But apparently, according to Percy, they can possibly gain a little bit of extra leverage, though not much, with the holes that you can see drilled in the T-nut holes. There's the timer. That might help them a little bit with the smearing to get a bit of extra traction on that top chevron that you can see there. Jörne wants the support. Please keep it pouring in the chat room as well. But I have a quote from Percy about this one as well, and he's just said it's a nightmare. All the way up, it's a nightmare. Jörne, a different tactic now then. What's he going to do here? He's matched on the green pinch. Another tricky predicament. It's the shin grinder. You have that moment where not only are your hands sweating, but your shins are kind of wincing at the idea that you might scrape all the skin off as you come down off that slab. Cries for Davai from Vyacheslav. Sorry, Vyacheslav. Videnchuk climber himself, joining us in the chat.
Welcher Franzose am Start? Il est prêt pour faire face à la concurrence avec le numéro 3, Guillaume. Bonne chance, Guillaume.
Mina back out then.
From Slovenia, Mina.
Now she's going to have to pick up something good here. One top in 3 attempts on the first problem. She needs a flash if she wants to go back into the running for this one. How are you guys liking the final so far? Guillaume then up to the pinch now. It is a slab, but how is he going to get around this point? He's using a bit of a toe hook there. He's got, you can see him fiddling with that bonus hold. It really is tiny with the left hand, up with the right. Come on, Guillaume, keep the balance. There it is. Now he needs to get his feet up on top of the pinch. Look at the strength here. He's currently smearing, one hand up and actually falling down there, unfortunately. Great effort to start things off though from Guillaume. He needs a top here now, put himself back in the game. There are the toe hooks that you need to do on the lower problem to get up to the next section in this one. You can see that there really is nothing at all. Look at the angle on the wall there for that higher volume, the lime green one. Another hand up, Mina. She's got to take that toe hook off. Trust your left hand. It's brought her off the wall a little bit too much there. Oh, it's nice to see Fran joining us. Fran Brown, a world champion in her own right. Loving the finals, great wind down from a whole day training. Girls are looking so strong, absolutely, all of them coming out, making mincemeat out of these problems here so far. Fran and I used to go to the same gym. It's shut down. Such a shame. But I hope you're well, Fran. Brian Russell's rest day at WA, spent watching IFSC World Cup, making my fingers sweat like mad. That's what we like to hear. As Guillaume makes another attempt here. I like the way that Guillaume's getting up on top to the bonus there. He's using the 2 feet close to the edge of that top chevron. Using the toe to allow him a little bit of extra support to the wall. Nice idea here now to use the lime green with the left foot. And that's got him there. Guillaume Gleramonde proves to us and gives us a little bit of hope that the men can top these problems. But they are hard, but they are conquerable. Planiska Zevzasi is back with us as well. Mina on second boulder. Go, go, go. And Mario Nieto in the chat on Twitter. A prediction. First, Anna Storr. Second, Shauna Coxey. Third, Alex Puccio from Mario. A safe prediction, I feel. If you want to get involved in all this one, guys, you can. You can come and join us on the Twitter space by using the hashtag IFSCWC. And she makes it this time, Mina Markovic. Up with the left here now, though. Oh, no, is she going to switch? There we are, a match on that one. Is she going to use the arete here? Let's see how she gets on. Foot up onto the next one. Looks like she's looking at it. Yep, she's going for the arete. It's not taped, so she can use it. Bit of extra leverage before she starts to strike out right now. Matching again on the bonus. It's got her a bit higher, the arete, but it doesn't really seem to help that much as the top hold is so far away from it. Scary position to be in. She's got to get a foot there again. Come on, Mina. You got to push for this one. She's using a heel hook now. Is she going to try and rock over this heel? She is, by the look of things. Not sure what to do with her hands. Smearing with the other foot. This looks so awkward, but can she hold it? The timer has gone. It's this or nothing, Mina. Back down again for another attempt. She's got to be careful here. If she exhausts herself too early on, it could be over. And unfortunately, no top right at the very last. Brilliant effort, but just not able to quite get over to the right. Mina Markovic, no top on second attempt, keeping her right down at the bottom here at the moment in 5th at present. Let's hope she can pick up the game. Brent Bain saying, I need my chalk bag handy while I'm watching. Cedric Lechat starting up here on this one then. DJ yet again picking up the vibes. Cedric really not having a good final so far. Just doesn't look too comfortable here. Katja, who has won the Kitz Rock Festival here. She won it last year. She's a regular competitor at Kitzbuehel. Competitor even. Competitor? Scream, as you do. Black Betty had a child and the thing went wild. Hopefully the crowd are going to be going wild in about 5 minutes when Katharina Sauwein tops out on problem 2 here. Will rock you. 25 seconds, plenty of time to get back on the wall. Come on, Katharina. Cedric here, though. Get a foot up on top of that pinch, Cedric. Left foot up, you can get there. Oh, not quite. Cedric not looking happy at all, and the pip has just gone. Timer is up. Such an unfortunate turn of events there. I think the way to go about that slab is definitely the way that Guillaume did it, over to the left-hand side with a foot on the lime triangle, if you're tall enough. And no top for Katharina either. Still very focused though. You can see she's not letting it bother her too much. She's got to stay calm as she moves through this one. 2 new athletes about to come and join us, Akio Noguchi and Jakob Schubert. Let's see how Jakob gets on with the slab. And Akio Noguchi, predictions for this one then. Akio, who has not been stalled at all so far this competition. A flash at present. Jakob Schubert sorting out exactly how he's going to attack this one. It doesn't look quite like a slab from the angle that you can see it from there, but it is. You can see it just bending there a little bit as it gets into the slab section. It's a slight slab. Akio with a lean out, bridging there to try and get up onto this undercut before she moves up to this awful hold above her. She's going to use her feet here. We're with Jakob now with the pinch. Start to push yourself up. Gone up with the left, which is the way to do it. Looking good, Jakob. As is Noguchi, we'll show you her in a minute. Jakob just unfortunately coming off there. Noguchi, though, looking very, very good. In a nice position here, she's made the bonus. Ah, toe hook. That is the way to do it. That is exactly what we needed to see from Mina, I think, earlier. Markovic would have been able to make that. Akio Noguchi, another flash, puts her right at the top of the pile, ahead of Alex Puccio. Is Alex going to be tormented with the 2 or 3 athletes that are above her, flashing or matching her all the way through, so that it goes to count back to who gets the medals here? Here she is doing that problem. You can see how she looks like she just doesn't break a sweat at all. So calm, so focused. Kim Yain is another climber that's very similar to this in the way that she climbs. Elegant, controlled. A little bit of pressure on that as she tries to lever herself up. Jakob, left foot up here. Easy does it, left hand up. Holding onto the pinch, he's got to get that right hand up, but he needs to secure the feet first. They are slipping. Unfortunately down again. Here's the rest of how Akio got on. Jakob still on the ground at present. He's about to go for another attempt in a moment's time. But here's Akio. Again, no real problem at all throughout the midsection of this wall, which is exactly the point where Jakob is now in the midsection of his wall. Same method though here, using the same method, and it's costing him every time. Is there another way to get around that pinch and up to the bonus hold? Maybe relying a little bit more on the crimp, the bonus crimp. Though I can't really talk, it is nigh on impossible. As Percy said, it's a terrible one, this one, it's a nightmare. Jakob again then. The timer has gone, this is it. 4 minutes, another attempt. Let's try and go back to the wall, here we are. Jakob not having a very good time of it at all today. In fact, none of the men really, apart from Guillaume. Guillaume is really starting to, well, he's taking the lead. Guillaume in first place so far then. Jakob Schubert in second with 2 bonuses. Yone Kruder in third with 2 bonuses at the present moment in time. In the girls, Akio Noguchi in first with 2 flashes. Alex Puccio with 2 in 3 attempts here in second place. And Anna Stor yet to climb in third with 1 flash so far. But here she is. A flash here for Anna Stor will put her to the top of the pack and back into first place again if she can flash here. Tarporn. A heel hook going up with the right here. How is he going to get himself out of this problem? That's the issue from this one on. It's a more comfortable way of getting to the bonus, sure, but how do you get up from there? Matching on that crimp is practically impossible. Anna Stor swinging out but holding on. That's where we saw Katharina Sauwing coming off. Not so for Anna Stor. Starting to move up here. It looks like she's just going to jump for it by the look of this. Is she going for the heel hook? Is she going to go for the toe hook on the arete? No, she's just going to jump for it. Anna Stor, a flash, putting her right back up to the top of the pile. Anna Stor in first place again now. You see the appreciative crowd here. Lots of people. ClimbingStrong.com with a quote here saying technical masterclass presented by Akio Noguchi. Absolutely. Just switch up the beta there at the last minute just to keep us on our toes. Here's Thomas Tarporn then. Going up the same way now. Heel hook again. It's all great to hear, but what's he going to do from here onwards? 1 minute 50 left on the clock. You need to get that bonus with the left. That's the tricky point on this one. It looks like he knows it as well. He's having a moment to rethink strategy maybe here. Anna Stor though, here we are. Yeah, I think I'll flash this one. Thomas Tarporn. Another attempt. Come on, Tarporn. Let's see Shorty get to the top of this wall. Any support in the chat on Twitter for Shorty? Send it in. Eric Metz saying Anna Stor is tearing it up here. Some support for Anna. Let's see some support for Shorty. Mr. Thomas Tarporn. 1 minute left on the clock. He's got plenty of time for other attempts. Anna thinking about what she's going to do here, you can see. Goes for the arete, thinks about it, thinks about what she's doing with her foot. I'm going to put a heel hook here. No, I'm not. I'm coming back from the arete. And I'll just jump for it. Nicely done there by Anna. Interesting as well to see the difference in styles. We were talking about Akio Noguchi and that technical masterclass she's just given us with the toe hook on the outside arete and leaning across. giving her that extra reach to get to the top. Security as well in doing it that way. Anna Stor, a completely different tactic. Just going to power up, trust the feet, land a hand and hold it.
Und wir können ihm dabei helfen. Thomas Taupon, Deutschland. Letzter Angriff.
Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air.
Here we go then. Thomas Taupon, come on. The timer has just gone. You've got to try a different tactic here now, Thomas. Get the left hand up, the left hand. Toe hook. Yes. No. Unfortunately not. He'd figured out exactly what he needed to do right at the last moment. And unfortunately, it's going to cost him a top there. He did get the bonus on the first try, though, I believe. Current standings in the men's puts Taupon back up in second place, knocking Schubert down to third with the 2 bonuses. And the last 2 athletes emerge for problem 2. It's Shona Coxey and Dmitry Sharafudinov. Eric Metz saying Anna Stor is a freak of nature, a gorgeous freak of nature. That's a nice, strange compliment there coming in.
Wie geht's Ihnen bei Problem Nummer 2? Der Weltmeister. The reigning champion 2012. Dmitry Sharafudinov.
Now, Dmitry struggled with a slab in the qualifications, I believe. I think it was the qualification, could have been the semis, but he didn't like the slab there. Neither did Rustam Galmanov. But Russians are known for liking their crimps. So let's see how he gets on with this one. He's going up with the right here. Is he going to make the Taupon error? Or is he going to think about a different way of doing this?
Semifinale als einziger viermal geflasht, das heißt,
Unfortunately coming down again there.
im ersten Versuch bei jedem Boulder top gegangen.
Well, Percy Bishton's definitely keeping the men on their toes. Kaya saying brilliant flash for Anna, was really awesome to watch. Hello, Kaya. Here's Shauna then, first attempt. Strain on her face there. Use the toe hooks. And no flash now for Shauna Coxey. Now, when it comes to countback, Shauna would be leading the pack as she was the highest to qualify through to the finals. But she's got to start getting the flashes in. She didn't flash the first one, and she's now not going to flash this one, which means that Anna Stor and Aki Noguchi are just outclassing her at this point in the competition. Dmitry Sharafudinov is just about to make another attempt here on this push for the bonus. No, unfortunately coming down again. Well, here's Shauna coming off on the bonus hold there. Looks like she started to take the feet off a little bit too early. We have seen the old 1 toe hook and 1 foot on the other side for that. Maybe she needs to rethink how she's popping up to the bonus with the left. What's supposed to be happening at that point on the men's is that you go out with the left to the lime green hold first before you take the pinch with the right hand. All of our athletes seem to be going for the pinch, darker green one first here. Shauna. Not sure what she was looking at then. She was looking away from the clock. She's got plenty of time, 1:05 here. But remember, every attempt counts. It's the most amount of attempts and the least amount of attempts. So Shauna's going to be limiting that and also saving some energy. All of these athletes have already climbed 4 semi-final problems today as well. And they've only had about 3-4 hours rest. It is a matter of endurance at this late stage in the game. Shauna for another attempt. Dmitry has finally got the right beater to get to this point on the wall. There, and he's just lost his footing, but he did go up with the left onto the lime green and the right on the pinch, and then go up with the left to the bonus hold then. Oh, the hustlers are here in force, shouting support for Shauna Coxey. Tell us who your favourite climber is, guys. Keep us posted. Let us know how you're finding the World Cups so far this year. Who are you rooting for? Dmitry then. This is the right beater. He's using the toe hook we saw Guillaume use. And unfortunately, no top again for Dmitry Sharafutinov, which I believe now puts him in second place. I'll have another little look at that in a moment. Behind Guillaume Clairon-Mondet at present. Let's have a quick look at what we have then. While we wait for our next two athletes to come out. Well, we'll have a look at them shortly. It looks like the athletes are coming out now. So Jerne Kruder on problem 3 for the men's. Alex Puccio down the far end, problem 3 for the women's. Puccio really in the running here for a medal, if she can keep it up.
Boulder number 3 in Angriff in Boulder number 3, United States of America, Alex Puccio. And the man, Jerne Kruder from Slovenia.
Okay, we get ready with an attempt here from Alex Puccio. She's making a start on the wall while Jerne's just getting sorted with some brushes. Here's Alex, heel hook there then. Up to this one. It's a bit of an awkward hold, that one. Swing out and stops herself. She's got the power in her arms, you see, to control that swing, Alex. It's where the upper body strength really comes in handy with those swinging problems. She's not wildly going over to the left. And there she is, Alex Puccio. Another flash. Not wasting any time at all. Hopefully she's in a good mood right now. She's just popped back up to first place. Chris and your guys out on the oil rig, hopefully you guys are loving this. Jerne Kruder still staring at men's problem 1. How am I going to do this one? Right, let's have a talk through of men's problem 3, sorry. These are the jiu-jitsu volumes. I'll talk about them in a moment. You start with quite a wide ape on this one. Jerne's just making a start now though. And here he is just getting up a little bit higher after that ape section. So we will just talk through this one for a moment. He's going up with the left now. Those are the jiu-jitsu holds you can see higher up. The concentration on Jerne's face. He's got to go over to the left. And this is all about how you do this one. So you're going to take... and this is the tricky point. You need to end up almost upside down on this one. There's going to be a hand lower down, up with the right hand onto that orange hold that Jerne had matched with there, before you then move across onto the jiu-jitsu holds. And when you get to that point, you've got to sort some feet out a little bit. Your left hand then slaps against the lower portion of the bowl of the jiu-jitsu. So up with the left first to that lower bowl section you can see there, the edge of the bonus hold. And then once you've done that, you want to match there and then take your right hand up to the top of the first jiu-jitsu, so that the higher edge, you can just see it creeping in at the top left-hand corner of your screen now. So left hand first on the lower edge, then match, then right hand up again. If they go up with the left there, Percy has forecast some problems for them. So it's left to the lower edge, then match, then right up to the higher edge. If they go left, match, then left, he foresees them coming down. So it can be interesting for that one. A shout out though to John Glassberg, who's joining us from the Louder Than 11 team. Nice to see you, John. Do competitors like slabs in World Cup competitions? I suppose that depends on their style. We know that Dmitry doesn't like them very much. Alex Puccio is not a really big fan of slabs. There's a challenge for you guys in the Twitter feed. Name some athletes that do like slabs.
Come on, Jerne. Come on.
So here he goes again for another attempt here. Strange tactics in the position he's in. Is he going to be able to make it? The timer has just gone. Is he going to? Yeah, he's switching hands here now. But is he going to be able to stop a swing out if he goes up with the left, which is inevitably going to happen? Nope. Fortunately, no bonus there by the look of things for Jerne Kruder. The men are really having a hard time of it today, aren't they? A couple of guys earlier were saying in here, these problems for the men's are like nothing I've ever seen from Eric Metz. A flash on problem 3 could really stir things up. Well, yes, it could. Here are the results as they are at the moment. Guillaume Clairon-Mondet up at the top of the pile there with a top. My word, a top. Thomas Taupon below him in second, Jakob Schubert in third. That's the present standing for the men. We'll bring you the women's in a short moment. So, Mina Markovic, she's managing to get the tops. Unfortunately, not on the second one. Here she is on the third problem now. She went straight for the swing out there. She's going to have to use her foot, I think, Mina. She has the back strength. She has the lead climber, but she doesn't seem to be able to stop herself from swinging as well as Alex did a moment ago. Guillaume Glairon-Mondet in the same position that we saw Jörne Kruder in a moment ago. Matching there, is he going to be able to stop this swing out? It's such a tricky position to end up in here. Now this is the one where you need to end up sort of almost upside down to be able to get to that point on the wall. You want to end up hanging down with the right hand from that hold. I'll talk you through it in a minute when we go back to it. Mina has made that swing out though. Going to push up to the next hold here. She's got no bridge option, as you can see the black tape on the left-hand side here. She can't lean out that way, even if she wants to. She's got to get her feet up on top of that hold that she's now got her right hand on now. Getting into a bit of difficulties, unfortunately not. James Paul Robinson, Puccio is looking invincible. So, Guillaume getting into the same position we saw earlier. That's roughly the start. You're starting with that 8 beginning, or that almost compression he's getting himself into there. Squeezing himself into that moment. He's got to get up with the right hand onto that orange hold that's just a little bit higher there. And then he needs to sort of dangle down a little bit from that position and go up with the left hand onto the bottom edge of the jiu-jitsu hold. Here's Mina with another attempt. Well, here she is. Up with the left. Took her hand off the right almost as soon as she went for the left there. It's a bit of an interesting tactic. You've got to try and hold on to that right as much as you possibly can. It's going to be another thing that slows down the swing out. We saw that with Alex Puccio earlier. I'm about to make another attempt here. Guillaume's still on the ground, guys. Some quotes then for you guys joining us in the Twitter feed. Remember, all of you can. Eternal Zeugel saying on the feed, go shorty, which means Taupon. Elliot Stevens saying Percy Bishton has outdone himself. Some truly mind-boggling madness. Who knew you had to be a contortionist to win bouldering competitions? And climbingstrong.com saying men's problem look hard as nails, super techie as well. It's nice that you guys are still supporting them. We want to see tops. Mina, penultimate hold. Put your right foot on the other hold, Mina. Yes, yes. No, unfortunately not. 3 seconds, get on Mina, quick, quick, quick. Are they gonna let that slide? That was just over the timer coming up. I think they're pulling it down. Yep. And Guillaume's finished as well. So no more tops, still no more tops. Guillaume is the only person in the men's that has topped so far. The women's looking a little bit better. Puccio currently at the top of that one with 3 tops in 4 attempts. So Katharina Sauwein, she's currently at the bottom here in 6th with 1 top in 3 attempts. 2 bonuses though. Cedric Lechat straight up with the left though. This is exactly what we want to see. Slow and steady. There's the match on the lower one. Now he needs to start going up here. but he's got to go right hand up first. If it's up with the left, he foresees them coming off, and there is exactly what Percy Bishton was talking about. It's right hand up first on the jiu-jitsu holds there. Designed by Laurent Lepore, who is one of our route setters here. Very well known route setter. And so we wait and see Katharina Sarvine for another attempt on women's problem 3. Just over halfway through our finals here now, guys. How are you liking it? B3bouldering.com. Shout out to Percy, great mix of styles. I thought so as well. He has got a fantastic team here, and they've outdone themselves with the time that they've been given and how hard they've been working. They finished at 11 o'clock last night. They've only had 4 hours to set these problems in between the semis and the finals. And there's only 4 of them. Cedric, the concentration on your face is fantastic at this point, but it's exactly what you need to get you to the point you're at now. Moving the left hand across. See the tension here. Right hand up, Cedric. Or with a foot first. That's interesting. Is he going to try to almost attempt a knee bar and then go for the left? Is he going to switch to the right? He's going for the left again. This is the thing, Percy has designed this to be counterintuitive. Most of his problems have been that way as well. Women's problem 1 was a similar one. George joining us on the Twitter as well, seriously enjoying the coverage, tearing me away from my revision. Sorry about that, George. We can't stop these people being awesome. People have tried. Cedric, 50 seconds left on the clock. He's definitely done the best so far on this one. He's got the bonus hold. Just a tricky position to be in. Katja, how is she going to go on here? She's just coming off on that crossover. Swinging out. Eric Metz shouting, "Get it, Cedric." James in the chat, will we be interviewing the climbers after the comp again? Of course we will. I'll be running down to our little interview area after we finish up. We'll have chats to these guys and see how they've found these problems and how they've dealt with Percy Bishton today. I imagine some of them might be chasing him out of the arena later on today. I'll give you a wave. You can see me just in the background maybe on the crane cam. We're up here with all the guys and the DJs at the back of the arena. Nice packed crowd in between us and the wall. Katharina struggling with the swing out there. Maybe it's been a bit of a knock to her mentally from problem 2. She used the time though. It's just run out. 4 minutes have gone, Cedric. This is the one, mate. Here we go, 2 hands matching. Is he going to go for the foot up again into the blue? The foot in blue is actually intended to come after this move with the hands. That's the interesting one. He's in the same position now. Trying the left again. Can he make that pinch? Unfortunately not. Cedric has, you can see him shaking his head. I have no idea what to do from that point onwards. Here are the women. Oh no, these are the men's. We'll bring you the women's results up so we can have a look at how they're standing at the moment. Present moment in time, there's Graham Alderson emerging, the technical delegate for the IFSC. Alex Puccio in first place then, 3 tops in 4 attempts. Anna Storr in second, 2 in 2. Akio Noguchi, 2 in 2. They're only split so far by count back. Shauna Coxey, only 1 top so far. Mina Markovic, and then Katharina Sarvine. It looks like Percy's got up the wall here with the ladder. He's not quite happy with something that's going on here, so we're having a bit of a pause. This is not a climber cheating. Come on, Percy, put an ultimate hold. Go for the top.
unser DJ Max Engelmeier. Da sind sie.
Here we go then.
Boulder Nummer 3.
Akio Noguchi and Jakob Schubert. Come on, guys, we want to see some tops here on this one. Akio, you've been flawless so far. Let's hope you can be again here. And Jakob, with his sort of style, this could be something that he might like, actually, Jakob. It's a bit bizarre. But I can see the potential of Jakob doing quite well here. Looks like he might have had a bit of a twinge there, though, for a second. Fab crap. I'm loving that quote in the feed. I'm glad I have nothing better to do than watch the comp. Oh wait, there just is nothing better to do. Nice turn of phrase. Akio Noguchi then, making the swing out straight away. First attempt. Hand up. Bopping up and down a little bit there. Straight out with the right foot. Exactly what we saw Mina struggling with. Akio Noguchi unstoppable at this point. She just doesn't even seem flustered. That's what's getting me on this one now. She is, as we all know, one of the world's best. She's currently world ranked 2nd, and she's been in a 3rd to 2nd place position since 2011, remember, Akio Noguchi. She medaled at Miol recently, took the bronze. First at Munich and Vienna last year as well. And we're here with Jakob Schubert on the men's problem. This one, it is the men's that's causing all the difficulties at the current moment in time. Different tactic now. Starting in a strange place. Drop knee. Squeezing into the corner. Interesting, Jakob. What are you going to do with this? He's reached the top of the tape there. He can't use it anymore. Left hand out here. He needs the right hand up on that one. He's matching there. Can he stop the swing out by going for it this way? Unfortunately not. Now, the way we saw Cedric doing that was by palming instead of going straight out for the jiu-jitsu hold. He slapped a palm out with the left to stop him from swinging out. Jakob almost went to try it then, so maybe he's caught wind of that. There's Akio topping out on women's problem 3. Here we go then. Jakob Schubert, another attempt. He's liking this backward start with the drop knee. It just looks so awkward. That back foot is twisted at such a strange angle. All the way up as much as he can push towards that off-limit section. Interesting now again with the footwork. Sitting back into the position we saw Guillaume in earlier. There is an easier way to get to that position, but Jakob's going for it this way. Now, is he going to try palming out? No, unfortunately down again. Less than 50 seconds now. All of these guys are having a tough time. They're probably all back in the isolation now, just going, what is happening out there? And then there'll be Guillaume sitting in the corner, quiet, with a smug grin on his face. I have topped one. I wonder if he's told anyone. Jakob Schubert then, 26 seconds now left on the clock. You can see him racking his brains here. What am I going to do on this one? How am I going to get across to those jiu-jitsu volumes? You can see the exhaustion as well. Remember, that's a massive factor with this competition at this point in the game. They've all climbed. They climbed 5 problems yesterday at competition standards. They've climbed 4 already today in the semi-finals, and now they're expected to climb 4 again in the finals. Fitness in even the half of it. Nice, Jakob. Very nice. More static. What we saw from Cedric. The timer has gone. He's got the left hand out here. Sorting the feet out. Matching here now as well. Go up with the right, Jakob. Palm up with the right. Dangling off the edge of this one. He's using the left foot and a toe hook. He's gone up with the right. He's gone up with the right. And the left. He's got him there. And that's the top. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Jakob knows what he's doing. And he knows what it means as well. The crowd are going crazy. half expecting to see laser beams come out of Jakob's eyes and start setting fire to things with the passion that was in his face then as he dropped down. And that's going to change things here. It's shot him up into second place, I believe, at present. What excitement. Thomas Tauporn, Anna Storr. Anna Storr is currently sitting in third place. But then she hasn't tried the third problem. And she's been flashing so far today. Here we go. Anna Storr already up there. Oh, another one just making it look easy. And the Austrian crowd are just loving that. They're living every minute of it with her. Anna Storr now in first place with 3 flashes. Akio Noguchi with 3 flashes in second place, and Alex Puccio in third with 3 tops in 4 attempts, according to the results we have here. I know there's a couple of you going, I'm sure she's flashed that second problem. I'm not sure myself. I know that what the results are telling me at the moment. Nice work here from Tauporn as well. The more static approach, that's definitely the way to do it. I know he just came down, but he's got plenty of time to reattempt this one here again now. Can Tauporn get a top here as well? John Glassberg, these women's problems look outstanding. I'm hoping it doesn't come down to a count back. Holly Rayfield, great entertainment as always. Highlight of my week. Thank you very much. Come on, Shorty. Now that's the easier way to get up to this position. We saw Jakob trying some really interesting things. Doesn't matter, he topped it. He's the only man so far to do so. A little bit tricky here, got to sort out some feet. Nice, just coming off there. The slower and steady way, the steadier approach on this one is definitely the way to do it. Saw Jone Kruder struggling with that rush and that jump out onto that, slapping up with the left hand earlier. Alexander Greyert saying that was awesome. Yes, it was. Jakob Schubert. Wow, wow, wow from Martin Schweizer. B3 bouldering. Jakob is so sick, amazing that he stuck with it and paid off, and it paid off well. Grant Batum, Jakob is a insert expletive rock star. Can't say that, Grant. But he is a rock star, absolutely. Is Tauporn going to show us that he's a rock star too? Anna Storr out here and finished in about 20-30 seconds. All eyes now on Thomas Tauporn. He needs to switch his grip, I think, on the right hand there. It doesn't matter now, he's moved on. He'd be able to sit a little bit lower into the bottom of the basin if he had the right hand on the right side of the orange hold as opposed to using it on the left. Let's see whether he tries that on the next one. Using up some time, having a little look at this, maybe reassessing some things. 22 seconds here. Once the 4 minutes are gone, he'll have to be on that wall to make that final attempt. And this looks like it will be his final attempt. He's preparing himself mentally and physically to put everything into this last push. Some support for Thomas Tauporn now then. Unfortunately not Thomas Tauporn. And the last of our climbers then. Now if Shauna Coxey can flash this and something seriously bad happens on women's problem 4, things could change. But she needs a flash, otherwise she's pretty much out of the medals. Shauna now. Dimitri then. Our world champion takes a moment to analyse the route ahead of him, look for the task, see the best possible way of overcoming it.
Ich bin sicher, der Herr möchte es jetzt wissen.
Der Name der auf der Zunge zergeht. Im wahrsten Sinne.
Das macht sie noch.
Here's Shauna.
Den Mann kennt man auf der ganzen Welt.
Heel hook here. Interesting. Nice, very controlled on that swing out. Here we go again. Straight up with the right foot. One hand, two hands. A flash for Shauna Coxey. Now, if it comes down to the fourth problem and things go wrong for the female athletes, this could be interesting. Not that it isn't anyway. ClimbingStrong.com. I'm loving these quotes. Anna Storr, beauty and the beast. Can anyone stop her? You're after my job. Here's Dimitri. Good position to be in here, but how is he going to progress from here? Left hand, and he's holding it at the moment. And down he comes. Really interesting for the way that those two jiu-jitsu volumes are placed on the wall, and the way that Percy has designed this route, that it feels like you want to go up with the left. Everyone pretty much has tried that, but going up with the right and then quickly up to the button hold is the way to do it. Here's how Shauna did it on the women's problem earlier. Very nicely done. Crib chimp, nothing better after a hard week at work and a hard day at rock climbing gym than to relax with the IFSC and a cool beer. Nice. Here's Dimitri's last attempt. This is this strange expression of surprise on his face. It's just the concentration you can see there. Trying to move across to the side. He's still on the floor at the moment. This is a replay of how he did a moment ago. Looks like he's about to go for another attempt. He's probably got two more in him in the time that's left. 1 minute 23 left on the clock. And here goes Dimitri with another attempt then. Interesting. Up with the feet there, without using the ridge, which he's now using. You can see the size of the holes that these athletes have to deal with there. Fingertips. That's the orange hole that makes all the difference as you move out onto the jiu-jitsu volumes that you can see there. Interesting that he's using a foothold there for a hand hold, as the Aussies would be shouting at me if they were here right now. That's not even a handhold. Anyone watching from Robert Le Breton and his crew will know exactly what I'm talking about there. With the left again for Dimitri. Is he going to switch around here now? You can see the cut on the leg there. His athletes battered and bruised throughout this competition. He has roughly 5 seconds to get back on the wall, and he's not feeling good. Dimitri, get up. Get up, you haven't got the time. Sharafutinov defeated here. Not looking happy at all. Well, at least we know it can be done, guys. It's just exceptionally hard. Here are the results as they stand at the moment. Guillaume Glaramonde, one top in 2 attempts. Jakob Schubert, one top in 5 attempts. Below that, there are no tops. Thomas Tauborn in 3rd with 3 bonuses in 3 attempts. Dimitri Sharafutinov right down the bottom. Here are the women's. Anna Storr, 3 tops in 3 attempts, 3 bonuses in 3. Same for Akio Noguchi. The only thing splitting them at the moment is countback. Alex Puccio in 3rd with 3 tops in 4 attempts. Shauna Coxey just outside the medals in 4th. And if something goes wrong here, she could possibly start pushing up there. But it all rests on the 4th and final problem, and that's exactly what you want to happen for the excitement at the IFSC World Cups. Just while we're waiting for the athletes to come out, let's have a quick look at the donation campaign that's up on Facebook at the moment. Join us on Facebook, contribute to the donation campaign and earn a chance to win one of the 54 prizes. They're there at the side on the right, you can see some of them. That's facebook.com/sportclimbing2020. Get yourself onto that one and have a look there.
IFSC Boulder Weltcup Kitzbuehel 2013.
The Rise of the Valkyries enters the arena.
Last round, ladies and gentlemen.
Ian McKenzie at last. Shauna back on track. Boom. Flash. Will McClune, great flash. Shauna might have to do something pretty special and have a bit of luck on her side for women's 4. Absolutely will. I agree with you completely on that one. It all depends on the 4th one, and the crowd are pumped for it as Alex Puccio takes to the stage. Alex Puccio makes a start then on this one. Women's problem 4. Double, sorry, no, looking at a different page. Start on the red HRT, which she has done now. And the way you need to do this is with the heel hook on the green hold at the bottom. We'll show you that in a moment. It's going to keep you on the wall. It's what's just brought Alex off the wall on that point. Jerne Kruder, though, has managed the double dyno onto the double Gaston and isn't sure where he's going from that point onwards. These final problems are really, really interesting, guys. There's the heel hook from Alex on the green. The hand up there. Now where do I go, she thinks. Swing out a little bit, but she's got it. Foot wedged into the crack. Hand up to the next one. Now the next point, and the one that's going to give her this boulder, is if she can get a heel hook up inside the donut in a moment's time. Got to go up for that bonus problem. The bonus now, Alex. There's the heel hook. She can do it. Up with the left to the bonus. Or the right. Sorry, my pardon. There's the left. Right now up to the other side. Switches the feet around a little bit. Very close now, Alex. Looking good. Second attempt, but still looking good. Nearly there. One hand, 2 hands. Alex Puccio, a top there in 2 attempts for our only US climber, but what a fantastic effort. And we return to Jerne Kruder, looking at men's problem 4, and yet again thinking, what do I do after I get up on this wall? Here's a replay of Alex in that moment, a moment ago. Sea Dog 580, one more Alex. Absolutely, she got there. Jerne Kruder. Here he goes. Double dyno into a double Gaston. Show us how it's done, Jerne. Very nice. Using a foot over onto the bonus hold there and a toe hook to secure it. But he's got to get over there with his hands. It's a right hand out to the bonus on the men's problem 4. Which he's got a left on there at the moment. He kind of needs to get a right hand and a heel hook on it. Is he going to switch around now? Looks like he's not sure what to do with his feet. If he gets a heel hook on that green hold, it's going to help him get up to the blue. There it is. Heel hook on green hold. Right hand up to the blue. This is not a great hold, though. He's got to be quick. The blue hold isn't great at all. The mouth, he's done it completely the right way. Right hand onto the green, right heel hook coming up, then right hand up again to the blue before left hand comes out for that next slope of the red one. Perfect method of how to do it. Planiska Zaveza C in the IFSC chat. Jerne on 4th boulder. Go, go, go. Jen Stratford Curtis, brilliant problems and awesome climbers. Go Shauna and go Alex. Becky Hall rooting for Shauna as well. We're all cheering for you. Ashley Scott solving a problem for you there as well, guys. I've just gone back and watched Alex on problem 2. She did take 2 attempts. It's at 0.1 hour 06 if people want to check. Thanks, Ashley. Always a resident problem solver for us. Right, Jerne, same tactic. Right hand out. Get that heel hook up there and let's go and make some business up on the blue mouth and onwards. Is he going to try and get the left leg inside the donut in the middle? Can't quite make that pop out there. You see where the chalk is on the hold though, and it's not where he just put his hand. Unfortunately, away from Jone Kruder. No top at all in this comp for him. 3 bonuses though. There's no shame in that at all, Kruder. First final for a while for you, and you're not the only one that hasn't made a top here. Thomas Tauerborn hasn't, Dimitri Sharafutinov, our world champion, hasn't, and neither Cedric Lechat. The only 2 that have are Guillaume Clairon-Mondet and Jakob Schubert. Interesting point from Ian McKenzie as well. Nice to have you back with us again, Ian. Alex sets the standard for the rest of the women on block 4. Tops are required. Guillaume makes the double Gaston on his first attempt. Over with the right hand now. Now if Guillaume can flash this, it's really going to mix some things up for the men. Ah, no, he's ignoring the heel hook. That might give him a little bit more leverage actually. Getting up on the left, it has a different beater here. Ignoring that heel hook that Percy Bishton intended. He can use the edge as well. He hasn't spotted it yet though, but there is a lean out available there if he needs it. It isn't black taped, he could bridge there. That was a big jump for that final hold, just couldn't quite hold it, just used one hand. Mina Markovic, a hand on the donut. Need a heel hook here, Mina. Or is she going to bypass it completely? No, she's going for a toe hook instead. There you are, different way of doing it. Right hand up. Wide pinch, that right hand hold. One more move. There it is. Mina Markovic with the top. Very nice. Markovic failed on 2 and 3, but manages to get 4. That's 2 tops in 4 attempts for Mina Markovic. She's looking good, and unless Katharina Sarwein can top this one, it will secure the 5th place position for Mina Markovic. IFSC shouting out to all of you guys joining us in the chat. If you want to join us in the chat, hashtag IFSCWC on the Twitter feed. Get on Twitter, come and have a chat with us. IFSC shouting out to all of you now, saying so close to the outcome. Any prognosis? That's a big word for this late in the day, isn't it? Any ideas? Any predictions? Let us hear them, guys. Going up with a bit of GNR. Is Gigi. And there's the bridge. It is available and he is using it. Ah, and it's just not quite enough. That sloper, there's hardly anything to go on that one. Percy did say it is a big jump to the finishing hold. He tried it with a big jump. Maybe it's time to switch back to that tactic instead of using the bridge. The bridge is there if you need it. Really interesting to see how different athletes are using different beaters on different problems. It's nice to have the difference, the turnaround here. Seeing how their minds work. "50 seconds left on the clock. Guillaume walking all over the mat, trying to look at different angles here. He almost walked back to the exit. I thought he was going to give up then. No, he's back there. A deep breath. Now he's currently in first place, but it's a dangerous place to be because he only has 1 top. And we still have Jakob Schubert to come out, who has another top as well. Schubert could push him down into 2nd place. Tana Huss saying, "I'm sticking to my original prediction of a Puccio gold." She seems to have gained some confidence from the Tiara comp. I'd agree with that one. She won the Tiara comp. Becky Bowe saying, "Come on, Shauna, crush it." ClimbingStrong.com saying, "Commonwealth, represent Shauna Coxey, flash that last problem. Let's go." Well, here's Guillaume. Really nice technical style, but just not knowing what to do with that final jump there. You can see it, and unfortunately Guillaume bids adieu to the crowd. Not to worry though, I think, yes, by now he should have pretty much secured himself a medal, unless somebody can come out and flash this last problem. Because he has one top in 2 attempts and 2 bonuses. If anyone comes out, or if a couple of athletes come out and flash this last problem, Guillaume could be in trouble. But it's looking pretty set that he could get a medal here. Rosie Southwell saying, note to self, always tense buttocks if ever brushing holds live on TV. I'll have to watch out for that next time the brushes are out. Cedric Lechat, who showed us the right tactics on men's problem 3, and he's doing it again here on men's problem 4, but no top so far for him. This is the first attempt though. Commentators Kurtz, when I wanted a flash as well. Not that I don't want Gigi to win.
Kitzbuehel, helft ihr! Jetzt muss es nach oben gehen! Ja, Freunde!
Sarwein. Sarwein up with the right hand here, bypassing the donut. Here we go with the toe hook. We saw Mina do that a moment ago. Left hand up, right hand out for the wide pinch. Very close here, Katja. Let's see something at this, the last. Let's go out with a bang. Kevin G, Gigi, fight for the top. Another athlete fighting for the top, Katharina Sarwein. Wanting to go out with a bang, and she does. Very nice, Katharina. It is unfortunately looking like it's going to be a repeat of Miol for Katharina, but great that she's getting up there though this year. Miol, she came 6th. She's currently 6th here, and it looks like she's going to end in 6th. But still, she's staying in the final. She's making finals. Before that in Chongqing, she was 8th, so she only just missed out on the finals. Katharina starting to push up into a different quality of climbing here. Very nice indeed. Cedric back on the ground here. 1 minute 33 left on the clock. Cedric Lechat not making that double Gaston though. He's made it before. All or nothing now, Cedric. Gotta go for this one. 1 minute 5 seconds. Less than a minute. Cedric going for it here now again. Good, he's still got some strength in there, even at this late stage in the game. Remember that Cedric's already climbed, all of these athletes in fact, have already climbed 4 boulders already in the semis today, and now this is the 4th in the finals, where it gets even harder, and it's been so hard on the men as well. Come on, Cedric, penultimate move, can you make the jump? That's what the question is here now. So close. So close, Cedric, there then. 15 seconds, one last attempt. That's what we want to see here from you now, Cedric. Here's how to make the double Gaston. At least the Gaston isn't a crepe. How's everyone doing then? Predictions for the final turnout? Keep them coming in. An eventful final, I feel. Some brilliant climbing from the athletes as well. The crowd is packed here. The DJ's been with us all the way through. Unfortunately, we say goodbye to Cedric Lechat after a fantastic effort. There's Ho Sin Fai for Hong Kong, watching from the crowd. And Kim Yabi with the white cap on. One of the veterans as well, Yue. See, all the climbers come to cheer the others on. It's a completely collective feel. Guesswork, Ian McKenzie, Anna Storr, Akio, and then Alex in that order. Interesting, Ian. Jakob being a gentleman, even at this late stage in the competition. Very nice, Jakob. Here we go, the crowd builds. Very dramatic music for the turnout of Jakob Schubert here. The Austrians know where the support is on this one. 3 minutes 45 on the clocks. And Jakob Schubert goes to make his first attempt. No flash. Doesn't matter, all he has to do is get a top here, and if he can get a top, he takes gold. If he doesn't, he'll be taking silver by the look of things at present. Akio Noguchi, though, more than in the running. Secure in a medal position roughly at the moment. Jakob looking good. Commentator's curse. I'm so sorry to everyone involved on that. As soon as I say anything. Akio's looking really good. She's currently in third. Puccio, 4 tops in 6 attempts. Overall at the moment, Alex, fantastic final for her. Brett Bain saying agreed with Ian McKenzie. He thinks it's going to be Anna, Akio, and Anna Alex in that order. So here we go again with Akio Noguchi. She's going to get her foot into that crack there now. Start to move up towards the donut. Steady and secure. You can just. Jakob is currently up and doing quite well as well on his problem. Left hand up. Support from the crowd. Big jump, Jakob, and a lot to hold on to. It's a big swing as well. Yes, he manages it. Jakob Schubert, a gold medal. Absolutely fantastic. Jakob takes gold after a silver in Chongqing in front of his home crowd in Kitzbuehel. Jakob Schubert fires up to gold. And there he is, 2 tops in 8 attempts. Jakob Schubert taking the gold. Akio Noguchi getting a top herself there as well. And she's pleased with that one, and so she should be. Jakob Schubert, those last 2 problems. I think his attempt on 3 and managing to get 3 has definitely given him all the encouragement he needed to get all the way up to the top of 4 on that one. That is a big jump to get that final hold. The swing out's quite tricky as well. You fall into the bridge a little bit, side of the wall. Well, that was an earlier attempt of Jakobs. That wasn't the one that he made it, but he did make it. Anna Storr, Thomas Tauborn. Thomas Tauborn currently in the position of possibly getting the bronze medal here. And Anna Storr, the lady that all eyes turn to take yet another gold, making it 3 in a row. 3rd time lucky, hey? Not that she wasn't lucky on the 1st and 2nd time as well. Gold, gold, and then possibly another one here. It's all eyes on Anna Storr. 3 minutes 30. And here she goes. Hand out. Different method on this one for her. Strength in the fingers there. You can see them shaking. Can she hold it? Yes, she can. Very nice, Anna. This is looking good. Here's Anna again. And a heel hook. And again. Just 2 hand movements away from the top and from the medals. There they are. It's looking like we're going to have a double Austrian gold here, chaps. And the crowd are rather pleased about that, as is Anna Storr. Absolutely fantastic. Anna Storr, another flash again there. It's looking like she knows it as well. Round of applause from the crowd. They're loving that one.
Startnummer 101 aus Österreich, Anna!
Thomas Talborn.
This is an official announcement by the jury. The starting position of Jakob Schubert at boulder number 3 was illegal. So Jakob has got the chance once again to do boulder number 3. Remaining time 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Unbelievable. An announcement coming out from the jury president here. Announcement coming out from the jury president saying that Jakob Schubert's starting position on men's problem 3 was an illegal position to start in. He's having that top taken away from him, and at the end of this competition he's going to get a chance to reclimb problem 3 with the remaining time that he had of just over 2 minutes. Jakob's gold is not secure. They are taking it away from him in this last moment of the game and making him reclimb problem 3 for an illegal starting position. Not entirely sure how. I mean, it was an unusual starting position, but he had a hand on all of the blue holes. Let's see what happened there. There's a turn of events. Well, here's Thomas Talborn then. Fabgraph, I'm loving every single comment that you're putting out there on the Twitter so far. There's so much to learn from just watching these climbers, these athletes. Humility, for starters. Beautiful thing to say. ClimbingStrong.com, insane jump by Jakob Schubert to take the gold, amazing. Absolutely, I completely agree. But they're now saying that he's going to reclimb men's problem 3. Indeed, that's going to happen because I can see them clearing the area again for him, for Jakob to have another attempt. This is his top. This is the jump that got him there. There it is, Jakob Schubert. But problem 3, which you can just see there on the edge that he's standing in front of, awaits to be seen. We have to go back and see that in a moment's time. And Thomas Talborn, unfortunately, just as the timer ran out, just came down the wall, taking one last attempt away from him. Yes, guys, unfortunately, I am going to report that. I can see Alexander Greitz saying multiple expletives about that in the Twitter feed. Unfortunately, yes, Jakob Schubert, according to the jury president, will have to reclimb men's problem 2 with his remaining time of 2 minutes 23, I think it was. That's the amount of time that he gets to reclimb it due to starting in an illegal position, apparently. So the top for Jakob Schubert has actually been taken from him at this point. He's going to have to reclimb it for the gold, otherwise Guillaume will take gold and Jakob will take the silver. That is, unless Dimitri can come out and flash this one, in which case Jakob could stand a chance of going down to bronze, unless he flashes men's problem 3. An interesting point from Brian Rife as well. This kind of thing often happens to Jakob. Yes, it does. The shoe bolt incident in Chamonix, the eye bolt incident last year a couple of times. So, support from Ashley Scott saying, come on Shauna, a flash to finish will still be a great result. Absolutely. Let's see how she gets on here. Dimitri looking very nice here. Men's problem 4. Is this going to be? No, not quite. He went for it, but no flash there for Dimitri. Still has a chance of medaling if he can get a top here. Shauna doing good so far. Get a foot on Shauna. And she makes it. Always like Shauna to offer us a bizarre turn of a beater. Very nice, just sort of dangling around up there for a moment before managing to secure a top. A flash for Shauna Coxey. Fantastic way to wind up the end of this competition for her. Well done, Shauna Coxey. Really unusual finish here for her. It was the I don't know what I'm doing with my feet moment. I'm going to dance around here. You see the strength of these athletes, even at this late stage in the day. Shauna just would not let go then. I am flashing this last problem. One more, don't shake your head. There it is. A top for Shauna Coxey. A flash on problem 4. Dimitri, at the present, had a couple of attempts on this double dyno into a double Gaston. He's got 1 minute 35 left on the clock. Time enough to get there. Hopefully win himself a medal if he can. If not, it goes to Thomas Tauporn, I believe. Oh, here he is again. Going up to the left. Here's the jump. There it is. Dimitri at last. You can see what it means as well. He's thanking the crowd there. Nice, Dimitri, our world champion, proving that he can go out on a bang. And that has shot him up into 3rd place, which gives him a medal at present. Here's the results of the women's as they stand at present. Anna Storr in fact, I say at present, this is the results at the moment. Anna Storr takes the gold. Akio Noguchi takes the silver. Alex Puccio takes the bronze. Those are our results so far. Shauna in 3rd, Mina in 5th, and Katharina in 6th. Now, as we know, there is something going on here before our medal ceremony happens. A bit of drama. Cleaners are coming out. There is a bit of, there's quite a lot of shouting actually going on from the crowd down here. It's going to be interesting to see whether our technical delegate, Graham Alderson, can actually make it out of the arena after this turnaround of events.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jakob Schubert has again got the...
So we are rejoined. Jakob Schubert has to retake problem number 3. Here we go with another that one.
And his attempt was illegal. Zwei arbeitsreiche Tage liegen hinter dem Österreicher. Und jetzt muss noch einmal beweisen, was drauf hat. Merken sich dann seine Beweise und vor allem letzte Kraftreserven mobilisieren. Das Publikum, das kann ihm dabei helfen. Er wird es spüren. Die Kraft, die Sympathie, die ihm entgegentritt aus dem Zuschauerraum. Lass es dir auf der Zunge vergehen. Er kann heute Kitzbuehel gewinnen. Pause bleiben noch. Jakob Schubert hat uns heraus. Und die Frage, die sich dann stellt, gewinnt er hier den Bouldering Cup 2013 noch, ist alles möglich für den Österreicher. Noch einmal kann er beweisen, dass das Top bei Boulder Nummer 3, das er geschafft hat, diesmal war. Es wäre alles angerichtet. Und auf die rechte Seite des Podiums ist, es ist alles vorbereitet. Die erhebenden Momente hier im Sportpark Kitzbuehel. Und die Siegerehrung des Boulder Cups Kitzbuehel 2013 unmittelbaren Anschluss an diesen Bewerb. Bleiben Sie hier, feiern Sie in uns die besten Athleten, Ladies and Gentlemen.
And we wait for the appearance of Jakob Schubert. Something's obviously going on at present. You see some of the athletes down there waiting in front of the wall. And the Storr's already out to see what's happening here. Wait and see what's going to happen here. Jakob has some time left to climb. 3.
Kuss der weltbesten Boulderer. Wir warten auf das große Finale. Ladies and gentlemen, still waiting for the grand final. One single athlete to come from Austria. Noch einmal ganz kurz die Stationen. Tilly hat es bereits erwähnt. Dragoma in Slowenien. Dann geht's nach Innsbruck. Dann geht's nach Toronto, nach Wales. Und die letzte Station hier im Rahmen dieses Weltcups. Das ist nicht weit weg von hier. Ist München. 24. bis 25. So, und da kommt er! Begrüßt
Here he comes. Obviously agreed to go for this one. So he's got time now, going to be put back on the clock. Jakob making another attempt here. This is for the gold, guys. Let's get this gold champion in Twitter. He's already done this once. He's the only athlete to top this problem. The top has been stripped from him due to the starting position.
Is this ein Highway to Hell oder ein Highway to Heaven? After Jesus!
The left now.
Yes! Yes!
Jakob Schubert showing us all that he's not going to be going home without that gold medal now. No matter how many times he has to attempt, how many problems, Jakob Schubert will be taking that gold, and everyone is clapping here. The camera guys are clapping, everyone. Jakob Schubert takes another gold, a fantastic effort for him, overcoming the obstacles. Extremely lucky for all of these athletes now.
Der hat richtig Werten gezeichnet. Eindrucksvoller hätte er das nicht machen können. Unglaublich. Auch gleichzeitig hier ein Kompliment an das Publikum. Die haben hier Jakob noch einmal nach oben. Die wahrste Sinne des Wortes. Schau doch mal genau hin, schau doch mal genau hin. Das war der entscheidende Moment, das waren die entscheidenden Augenblicke und das waren die entscheidenden Griffe. Hier zum Sieg für den Österreicher Schubert. Letzte und kurze Momente hier bei IFSC Boulder Weltcup in Kitzbuehel. Wir warten jetzt noch auf eine der genussvollsten Aktionen dieses Weltcups, auf die Preisverteilung. Das freut uns heute ganz besonders. Bleiben Sie hier, genießen Sie die Momente hier im Sportpark in der Landstadt Kitzbuehel.
Well, I'm joined by Anna Storr, our gold medalist again here. Now that's 3 in a row. How are you feeling? Well, I am joined by Anna Storr, our gold medalist again here. 3 in a row. Anna Storr, how are you feeling?
I feel amazing. I don't really know what to say again. I mean, today was a huge mental battle, especially for the girls. I mean, it was a flash battle throughout, and yeah, I'm so glad that I kept my head together.
In front of this home crowd as well. What's it like? I mean, they've been amazing when we went through this competition. What's it like climbing a home turf and taking gold?
It felt really good to climb here, although I have to admit that the semi-final and the qualification weren't as smooth because I wanted to get into the final so bad to be able to climb in front of my home crowd, and I'm just super psyched that it went so smoothly.
And it's now turned out to be a double Austrian gold as well. I mean, 3 in a row. Is it going to carry on this way? Are you on a lead streak at the moment? Are you going to keep getting the gold?
No, I think the other girls are way too strong for that. But I mean, obviously, I feel really good right now, and I'm happy to be in Slovenia in 2 weeks. And well, everything can happen. I hope to get a spot in the final again, and then we'll see.
Well, you've podiumed in Långdragame before as well, so is this year the year that you push even higher? We're going to get a gold there as well?
Well, I don't know yet. As I said, I'm hoping to get into finals, and then I know everything can happen.
Anna Storr, congratulations on a gold medal. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Anna Stor joining us just for a moment. I have to let her go back because we're going to get the podiums in a few moments' time. I have asked Jakob as well. I was straight over there as soon as he got down from the wall, so I'm going to go and find him and try and bring him over for you as well. Well, I'm being told that as we have had a bit of a later running because of Jakob having to reclimb that to take the gold, Jakob has actually been taken back behind the wall again. There is some discussion going on there. Let's hope that that's not to climb it again. But it's looking like we're going to go straight to the medal ceremony now. And then after that, they will come over and have a brief conversation with us. That's what I'm being told by the organisers here. They want to go straight to the medal ceremony. I'll keep you guys posted, of course. I hope you've enjoyed the World Cup here in Kitzbuehel. It's certainly been eventful from start to finish. The final, absolutely fantastic all the way through. Lovely to hear from Anna as well, her chatting to us straight away afterwards. They're all great, these athletes. As soon as they finish, they know I'm after them. They tend to come over. I think that some of them have just been collared a little bit here by trying to get everything underway whilst they start to move over into the medal ceremony now. We'll be taking you over to that in just a few moments' time. Well, guys, I'm trying to sort out some other interviews for you here as well with some of the other finalists so that we can have a bit of a chat to some of the athletes about how they found the wall. Just running around sorting out a few of those for you. We're trying to bring them to you in a moment before the medal ceremony starts. I'm joined by Jone Kruder. We're now live, Jone. How are you? How was that?
Ooh, it was hard, as you saw, but I really wanted to enjoy in the finals. First I thought that the boulders were easier, but it turned out that they were pretty hard. So actually I'm happy that I was in the finals again after a long time. But I'm
3 years now since that final, 2010.
Yeah, last year I wasn't in any finals, but yeah, 2 years ago I was in I think 1 or 2 finals. Yeah.
So for you, there's that final, the fact of getting here as well. Now, what was the thing that you want? You said you wanted to enjoy the climb as you were climbing here today. What was the one that stopped you from doing that? Were there any that just would not let you enjoy the boulder itself, the problem in front of you?
I don't know. I actually enjoyed climbing, but
the one tough one.
Yeah, first I thought, okay, first one is really nice and quite my style, and then everything collapsed because of one move, which was really impossible. But then I don't know. I like slabs, but also didn't work out.
How did you find the double dyno to the double Gaston?
Oh, it was pretty nice. I mean, I like dynos, but then, as you saw, I did. I don't know what I did. It was funny, like a monkey, but.
Well, Yuri, I congratulate you on a great final there. Well done for making it through. Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Jone Kruder just briefly. I'm going to try and find some other athletes while we are waiting and bring them over for you to have a brief chat before we see the medal ceremony. Well, I have managed to find another athlete and pull her across for a brief conversation. I'm now joined by Mina Markovic, another Slovenian athlete making it through into the final. Mina, how was it?
I like that I'm in the finals again because all the year I believed I'm able to do it, but I just didn't do. And today boulders, I find them really funny and nice, but maybe not just the best of my style, so I still enjoy climbing and try to do.
So you had a good climb all round. Now, you had a bit of an odd start to the season this year. I mean, I know you're like ranked so high in the lead climbing as well. Is it hard as well to be able to switch so quickly between bouldering and lead after finishing up with lead at the end of last year?
Yeah, I think it's quite hard because to changing the style when you're so much into the lead climbing and then to come to boulders and to actually learn and improve by the things which you're not so good at it's not so simple, but I still think I did it, but maybe I didn't show it on the first competitions.
Is there any particular style that you don't like in bouldering? Something about being technical, the dynamic side of things? Were there any particular boulders here today that were the ones that you said that they weren't quite your style? Which were they and why was that?
I think everyone has the boulders which suits them more or not, and know his strong and weak points, but I think it's different from competitions to competitions. Some you like more and suits more, and some you don't find so interesting.
You had a good day overall here, and you're going to take some rest now before we're back on your home turf for Log Dragomer?
Yeah, sure. Tomorrow we are leaving home, and then I will try to prepare my best for the log.
Great, Mina, thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
IFSC Boulder Weltcup Kitzbuehel 2013 Siegerehrung. International Federation of Sport Climbing Boulder World Cup Kitzbuehel 2013 Award Ceremony Ladies. Meine sehr geehrten Damen und Herren, heißen Sie die drei Top-Athletinnen des heutigen Tages herzlich willkommen. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Well, guys, I'm going to hand you over to the award ceremony now as they are brought out onto
The field in front of you. These are your victors for today. I hand you over to the local MC, and hopefully at some point before we say adieu to you guys, I'll have a chat with Jakob Schubert.
Auf Rang 3, in third place, für die Vereinigten Staaten von Amerika, representing the United States of America, Alex Puccio. Der Vizepräsident des Internationalen Sportverbandes überreicht die Medaille. The Vice President of the International Federation of Sports Climbing is presenting the medal. Der Präsident des österreichischen Wettbewerbsverbandes, Eugen Wurscher, überreicht symbolisch das Wickelbier aus Kitzbuehel. This is the President of the Austrian Competition Climbing Federation, Eugen Wurscher. Die Präsidentin des Tourismusverbands Kitzbuehel, Signe Reich, überreicht die Trophäe. The trophy is being presented by the President of the local tourism board, Signe Reich, und der Herr Bürgermeister Dr. Klaus Winkler überreicht die Blumen. Flowers are awarded by the Mayor of Kitzbuehel, Dr. Klaus Winkler. Auf Rang 2, in second place, aus Japan, representing Japan, Akio Noguchi. Silver medal for Akio Noguchi, Japan. The beer, the trophy, and the flowers. erster Sieg in dieser Saison. Nach Jogging, Mio gewinnt an der Stelle auf Kitzbuehel. In honor of the Boulder champion, Kitzbuehel 2013, the national flag will be hoisted and the national anthem will be played. Zu Ehren der großen Siegerin an der Stör, meine sehr geehrten Damen und Herren, die österreichische Bundeshymne. Just a moment, very quick points. Congratulations, deep bow in front of you two. Thank you very much for joining us for this amazing Boulder World Cup. All the best for the future and hope to see you again in Kitzbuehel. Thank you very much. Thank you. Anna, ganz kurz. So einfach kann ich dich nicht gehen lassen als dreifache Saisonsiegerin. Und das Strahlen in deinen Augen, das ist heute ganz besonders hell und ganz besonders klar. Es ist dir der Hattrick hier vor heimischem Publikum gelungen. Lass uns ein bisschen teilhaben an deinen Emotionen.
Ja, was soll ich jetzt noch sagen? Vielen Dank, dass ihr mich so super angefeuert habt. Echt, das war Wahnsinn und ich bin echt froh, dass es so aufgegangen ist.
Zu Hause zu gewinnen muss doppelt schön sein.
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Vor meinem Publikum zu gewinnen ist immer was Besonderes.
Wir verbeugen uns vor der großen Siegerin Anna Stör. IFSC Boulder Kitzbuehel 2013 Siegerehrung der Herren. International Federation of Sport Climbing Boulder World Cup Kitzbuehel 2013 Award Ceremony Men. Meine sehr geehrten Damen und Herren, heißen Sie die drei Top-Athleten des heutigen Tages dieses großartigen Finales hier in Kitzbuehel 2013. Herzlich willkommen, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the three top athletes of the Grand Final, Kitzbuehel 2013. the reigning world champion, aus Russland, representing Russia, Dmitry Sharafutinov. Vice President of the IFSC is awarding the medal for the third. President of the Austrian Competition Climbing Federation, Eugen Burtscher, Siegereich, the Mayor of Kitzbuehel, der Bürgermeister von Kitzbuehel, Dr. Klaus Winkler, mit der Trophäe. The Mayor is awarding the trophy, and the flowers are awarded by the President of the local tourist board, Siegereich. Rang 2. In second place, aus Frankreich, representing France, Guillaume Clermont-Montet. Guillaume, tu t'es battu formidable. Félicitations. Die Kletterkinder von der Wettklettergruppe, die haben sich einen ganz besonderen Applaus verdient. Sie stehen stramm da und schauen auf zu ihren großen Idolen. Und eins ihrer großen Idole hat jetzt seinen großen Auftritt. Rang 1. Sieger. Boulder Champion Kitzbuehel 2013. First. Winner. Boulder Champion Kitzbuehel 2013. Aus Österreich, representing Austria, Jakob Schubert. Sehr geehrten Damen und Herren, zu Ehren des großen Siegers wird die österreichische Nationalfahne gehisst und die österreichische Bundeshymne gespielt. Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the Kitzbuehel Champion 2013, the national flag will be hoisted and the national anthem will be played. Dragutinov, Guillaume Ferron, Borde und Jakob Schubert. Jakob, thank you, merci pour ta visite, ça fait plaisir. Thanks for your visit, hope to see you again. Jakob. Ich habe ein bisschen ins Gesicht geschaut bei der Bundeshymne. Es sind schon bewegende Momente hier in Kitzbuehel. Genauso wie Anna Stör vor heimischem Publikum zu gewinnen. Täuscht mich der Eindruck?
Ja, es ist natürlich was ganz Besonderes für mich. Ich habe noch nie das geschafft, vor heimischem Publikum zu gewinnen. Also es ist mein erster Heimweltcup-Sieg. Es ist ein Wahnsinn, es war natürlich nochmal was ganz Besonderes heute. So was ist mir noch nie passiert, dass ich am Boulder nochmal klettern muss. Das war nervenaufreibend und dass es jetzt am Ende dann doch greift hat, das ist ja ein Wahnsinnsgefühl.
Das war das, genau das, was ich ganz besonders bewundert habe an dir. Diese Nervenstärke und dieses Mobilisieren der letzten Kraftreserven. Als du nochmal raus musstest, warst du sehr enttäuscht, warst du frustriert, als du die Entscheidung der Jury hörtest. Du musst noch einmal ran an Boulder Nummer 3.
Ja, auf jeden Fall natürlich, war ich im ersten Moment sehr frustriert. Ich habe mir gedacht, ja, jetzt habe ich den Boulder geschafft, habe natürlich mit dem Boulder abgeschlossen gehabt und nachher noch einmal rauszugehen und den Boulder noch einmal zu probieren. Ich wusste, es wäre sehr schwierig, weil die Begehung ja sehr knapp war davor. Aber ja, das hat mir natürlich auch nochmal zusätzlich Motivation gegeben, dass da irgendwo ein Einspruch kommt und ja, im Endeffekt kann ich jetzt Edgy Badge sagen.
Jakob, hör mal ganz genau hin. Das ist dein Applaus. Jakob Schubert!
Well, I am joined while we just wait for our finalists to come across, but I luckily have Dmitry Sharafutinov. Dmitry, how are you feeling?
I feel feeling so tired because everybody look, I'm in every route was so close, and I don't know what happened, and I need analysis.
It was a really hard final all the way through for the men's, but at the very last, problem 4, you just made it at the end. How was it to make that at the end? Is it a good feeling?
For me, it's a very big win for me, because first problem, second problem, no, and for me last problem is a problem for my life. For my life, and I'm so happy.
It makes you happy that you've got there. Congratulations. Are we seeing you in Log Dragomir?
Yeah, see you in Log Dragomir.
Brilliant, Dmitry, thank you very much. Congratulations. That was Dmitry Sharafutinov just briefly. I'm going to try and bring over some of the other athletes now to have a bit of a chat with them as well. I can see Jakob has finally emerged back here, so I'm going to try and get him to come over and have a chat with us now. It looks like we've been interrupted for a second. Try and see if I can get Guillaume at some point as well, and Akio Noguchi there some point near me at the moment. I'll try and grab them in a few seconds' time. Fantastic competition all the way through this one, guys. Thank you very much for joining us all the way through. It's been a bit of a tricky one towards the end. A bit of a crazy moment with some of the organisation, unfortunately, here. We're just waiting for a few moments to try and get our hands on Jakob Schubert. He is now over in the interview area being interviewed for Austrian TV. We're going to nab him as soon as that is finished. and bring that to you so we can have a brief conversation about retrying the third problem, but still taking gold here in Kitzbuehel. Thank you very much for being with us all the way through and for being patient as we move towards these interviews a little bit later than we would normally expect them to be. But we'll get them for you as soon as we possibly can. Thank you for your patience again, guys. Any thoughts or queries you might have, any interesting remarks about the competition, do send them in to us using the hashtag IFSCWC. And also remember as well to get yourself onto Facebook. That's facebook.com/sportsclimbing2020 and like that as much as you possibly can. Please spread the word. We want to try and push this support for the Olympics. And I am now joined by Jakob Schubert, our champion. Thank you very much for coming and talking with us. Talk to me about all of that.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. First of all, I'm so unbelievably happy right now. It's like one of the most special moments that I ever experienced in climbing, for sure. I mean, it's my first time winning at home in Austria. It's great to have like the home crowd behind your back, and yeah, after this incident it was just like crazy. I was really disappointed at first, but I was able to change it into new motivation and like, come on, you can do that, you know. And yeah, with the support of the crowd, I got it. And of course, like this, it was even more special. And yeah, it's unbelievable.
You could definitely see that new motivation when you came out at the end. The crowd were really behind you all the way there. People wanted to see you do it again. What was it? At which point did you decide when you were on those volumes that it was right-handed and the way to go up there? Because we'd seen a lot of athletes going up with the left and coming down. For you, when you're on the wall, did it feel right to go up with the right hand on that move up towards the top of the wall?
Yeah, well, I mean, at first I went up left hand, but then in the end I couldn't start like this again. So I was thinking of it behind the wall, like, okay, how would I start now? How would I start now? And yeah, in the end, I thought it's probably planned to go right hand, and I thought I'd just give it a go in the first try. I knew I only have to do the problem. I have 2 minutes and I can do as many tries as I want. And yeah, it felt good and it worked out.
All the way through. This has been a really hard competition. Have you enjoyed the standard? Because it was very difficult all the way through. Percy set some really hard problems for the men's. Do you like that? You like the challenge?
Yeah, of course, for sure. I mean, I think it's a lot better than to have like really hard boulders than like having 2 easy boulders. So like everyone flashed all the boulders. Obviously, it was like a really, really hard round. But I enjoyed it a lot. The boulders were really cool to climb, actually. And yeah, I mean, in the end, it worked out for me, so I can't complain, you know.
Well, you're starting to make a name for yourself now, definitely. Not that you hadn't before, but in bouldering, particularly. You know, after Chongqing and the silver this year, and then Mio, a bit of a tricky time for you there, but back now again with the gold on your home turf. What's the future plan for Jakob Schubert from now for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I mean, especially this final here was really important for me since I was really disappointed in Mio. I felt really, really good, but I just couldn't make finals. In bouldering, it's so fast, you know, you do like some stupid mistakes and you're out. And yeah, it got me a lot of confidence to be in finals again. And now, of course, with the victory, it's so great. It's only my second Boulder victory, and it gives me a lot of confidence. And I know that I can do well in bouldering as well now. So yeah, I'll try to do really good in the next Boulder comps as well, and hope I can fight for the overall as well, maybe.
So we'll see you in Log Dragomer?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Jakob Schubert, congratulations. Thanks. Double Austrian gold.
Thanks.
Well done. Well, guys, that just about finishes things up here for us in Kitzbuehel. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you now. Hopefully, that's sated your appetite a little bit there by talking to the 2 champions and a few other people here and around the venue. Thank you very much for your patience, for being with us all the way through the competition, and hopefully you've had an enjoyable experience as well. We look forward to seeing you in Log Dragomer very shortly. I'll be there. I'll see you again. Good night.